everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, buddy. Just off screen here. There's a large, fluffy friend. Maybe he'll lay down in the bed. I know, I chucked stuff on the floor. All my notebooks are on the floor. It's a real mess. You gonna hang out? Oh, good boy. I love him. Okay. Welcome back to my final stream ever. Kidding. Mount Run stream for the week, because Mondays, Tuesdays are my day off. We have exhausted our chance at Jailer Mount for the week, so that one's off the table unless I level any more mounts or characters. But I want to spend today working on Sanctum of Domination, and then once I've done all my Mythic Sanctum of Domination lockouts on my level 80 characters, I want to then do... Oh, it's hard because it's going to be a long run, but I was thinking Mythic Ny'alotha for the All-Seer, just to get a... Because, like, there's a limited amount of lockouts that I'm going to have available during the event, so I don't want to miss any if I can avoid it for stuff like that. The dungeon ones, I feel like I can maybe get away with doing later. And if I don't get Celia's mount, she's going to be part of this next season. Not that that means I'll get her mount, but anyway. It looks like this character did Mythic SOD already. And I know my priest did. Because I would have started on my priest, I'm pretty sure, to do... I'm pretty sure I did Mythic SOD on my priest. I'll double check. Priest Paladin and... this hunter, because I know she got the bow and I equipped it, so I think that we'll do it on like the warlock and more hunters, I think. Moosey. Oh yeah, that's right, I need the Moosey cam. There we go. There he is. Can die happy now. Same boat for the cartel Mog and Tazavesh. Ain't dropping for me yet. Finals tomorrow, so logically you're gonna get at least 9 mounts today. Gave up many years ago. Have a question? I can try. May or may not know. If I can't, maybe somebody here can. No, I did all the Mythic Sepulchre yesterday. I think I have more Sanctum that I can do. So this is me and my priest just double checking. Definitely did it on this character. That's one nice thing about Collector's Bounty Helper is that it can actually look at your lockouts as well. This one, oh yeah, I have a mage too. That's right. Don't worry about him. I tried to do an off-stream Tazavesh clear, because Flabby was going to do it anyway, and I tried to tag along, but we broke it on, so it doesn't matter. We didn't even get to the part that drops him out. Have you been having luck? I have gotten 1 mount all week. Congrats on your mount. I have had no luck. I'm at 0. You're ahead of me. I have got 1 if we count the Inarius Charger from the Goblin event, which, I'm kind of not really counting. It's great. I'm glad I got it. It's not one of these though. So this character does need to do Mythic SOD. Okay. So we'll go to Oribos, and I'm gonna see in Oribos. I might need to do... I want to like unlock the Maw better. I've unlocked it at least enough that... I was gonna say that I can mount out there, but I think that's just because I have Maw mounts. There's another skip I can do somewhere, so I think I need to do just like a little tidbit. Hello?
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Little tidbit of questing to do, but it's that way I can maybe run to Sanctum of Domination without dying. Finally got the raptor from Zul'Gurub. That's it. Congrats on your raptor. 30 tries for Sylvanas so far. No mount. 0 mount luck twin. Please, wow, a crumb will do. Not the only one that gets impulsive behind the knee itches. Oh, see. What am I doing? I'm going to Oribos. I'm going to Oribos, and I'm going to look for any other... Because this character, she surely has been at least a little bit, because she went and did the Sepulchre run. So I did some of the skipping, but there's more skipping. Got Vengeance last night, 9 this morning. You got this. Nice. Congrats, Haley. Has it been 3 hours, or are you just over ears little nutty games? I forgot to plug in my earbuds. That's what happened. I didn't remember to charge them. Yeah, so I think what we need to do is go to the Covenant Hall. I think I'm going to actually change the Covenant to Necrolord because I have a an emissary to turn in that zone anyway. A little bit of setup, hopefully. Oh. Who would have that map? A little bit of setup with hopefully a lot of Here, can I not change? Maybe I'm not allowed to change it yet. Report to Draven. Here.
Father, I've been thinking about when we last spoke, and I wanted you to know I will never agree with your choice to hide the truth that you were still alive.
Oh, shush. Yeah, okay, so you probably need to finish this. Fly to the Sanctuary of the Mad, optional. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we have to go to Sinfall. But we swear it's gonna pay off. It'll be... Well, actually, no, it won't. I was going to say it'll be helpful for when I'm farming Sepulchre next week, but no, it's not. I'm Sepulchre, I just go through the Zereth Mortis portal and you're there. That one was fine. Menagerie Mom's got to go real slow, but I'm really good now at the Tazvesh Market where to exchange the goods. You're just practicing... hi, buddy. What you doing behind my desk? Practicing for... whatchamacallit? Next season when it's like a thing. I'm letting all my friends practice so that they can do it for me, so I never have to worry about it. Bangs are back. Yeah, they're back. Forehead era came and went. I think we're done with it. Good ATT random sort of month. Hazel crushes on Tuesday, not Sunday. What kind of a Darkmoon fair is that? Moosey, I don't know. Hi. Also, we're not looking forward to that. It's not a good thing. It's like you're counting down the apocalypse. Hi, buddy. How are ya? Can I help you? You have breakfast. You have water. I didn't give you any of my breakfast, but I never do. I guess I dropped a little crumb, but I didn't mean to. I swear. He's like poking around. Real things that make runs take forever. Stand in an elevator, get distracted, run off because I think I already went up, but in reality jump off just as it was about to take me where I need to go. Bags forever. Yeah. No human breakfast. Madge. He stopped 3 people today on our walk this morning so that he could sniff them, but not so they could pet him. I need to explain to him some amount of reciprocity. Like, he wants to sniff people, like, up and down. He wants to sniff their shoes. He wants to sniff their pants. And all they want is just to, like, pat him. Just pet the dog, like, a little bit. And she's just like, no pets, only smells. And I was watching him do this to somebody who was very game about it. But I was watching him do this and I'm thinking, I don't really meet other dogs that just want to sniff me up and down like this. Like, it looks like he's like a law enforcement dog looking for contraband. Repressed how annoying these flights were. Wants to sniff and retreat. He's so nosy. Yeah, and Moose is like very like happy. Like, he's got like a very sweet, like sparkly expression while he's doing this. He's very happy to sniff you. He doesn't look suspicious when he's doing it. But yeah, only sniffs, no pets. You can pet him if you just meet him like 30 to 40 times first. There's a portal in Fall. Enter through the mirror. Maybe it's up. I shouldn't have picked Venthyr in the first place, but I haven't done a ton of this one. I think it's down here. Yeah. Darkmoon Fair starts today. Yeah. Okay. I think I just need to, like, do a little bit of this. I don't know. Gotta play through the whole Moose Battle Pass first. Why are you picking Necrolord? Fleshcraft. I figured it might help me if any of my characters were squishy for Rygalon. Fleshcraft seemed like a strong one. Also, I have like an outstanding Paragon of the Undying Army sitting around, and one of my characters is going to end up in Maldraxxus eventually. It's not like you don't pet him at home, but he doesn't know how nice being pet is. He loves affection and being pet and scritches and everything at home. And like certain people will pass like the moose reputation barrier to be able to pet him. And sometimes if you just like catch him, like when he's not paying attention, like he's eating grass or like looking at a dog, then you can pet him and he's like, yeah, fine, whatever. Like he doesn't actually care. He just, if he's like totally focused on you, he'll duck it. Yeah. Alter 80 minimum for doing Shadowlands raids. It kind of depends on what the raid is and the difficulty is. For Mythic Sepulcher, which is the latest raid, so it would be the hardest one for the Zareth Overseer mount, I was doing fine at kind of like 640 and up, and I've heard people say that 620 and up is fine for that. I wouldn't go much below 620 unless you're really... You can try it, but you may run into some problems. Let's train our items to boost to Exalted. People have been promoted to Moose's elite employee. There we go. But it's funny because, like, he'll stop people so that he can say hi to them or, like, sniff them at least. Like, yesterday we were walking and there was a woman who had her arms as full as they could possibly be. She had, like, a bag. She was holding a globe. Like a globe. She was holding a globe with both arms and, like, had, like, a tote as well. And Moose is just like, hi. And she's like, oh. And then she, like, stops and puts all of her things on the ground so that she can meet my dog. And then Moose is just like, just sniffs. I think she did get to pet him a little bit, which made me feel better because she put all of her things down. Like a globe. But it's funny because he, like, accosted. Well, he didn't accost her, but, like, he has a way of, like, stopping and looking up at you and just waiting for you. Being like, you look nice. You look like you want to meet Moose. And he won't move if they're paying attention to him. Like, if they ignore him, then he'll just move on just fine. He wouldn't stop in the first place. But if somebody's like, oh, hi, what a cute dog, he's not moving for love or money. Morning, Hazel. Wish me luck on the last all I have for my BFA runs. Good luck. Listen, it only has to happen once. One attempt could be enough. All right, skip anything that you'll let me skip. Please. I don't know if this Soulbind is necessary, but it might be. Get through, like, some initial skips so we can at least get to the maw. Juking the pets after people put down their things. He really does. Like, they'll go out to pat his head because it's right there because he's sniffing them. And he just kind of, like, ducks around it and continues sniffing them. And they always apologize because they're like, oh, no, I've upset him. And I'm like, no, he's just a jerk. I don't say that, but he's just, I don't know, shy about his head, I guess. But he'll also kind of, like, scoot out of your way if you try to get it on the back, too. Unless it's, like, meat. I can pet him wherever. Hi, kitty. Okay. Why does this interface look weird to me? I must have an add-on that's modifying it. I forgot about Soulbinds. Oh gosh, I don't even know to what extent this is necessary. I'm just basically going until they give me some kind of a maw skip. Oh, I'm done. Did we lose game sense? I don't think so. I think they're just a bit low. Here, I'll turn them up. That's just the Soulbind UI? I guess I haven't seen it in forever. Korthia should be soon. Okay. Man, this is going to be a project to do in all of my alts. What do you mean? Oh, pardon me. I didn't click on it. Okay, well. There we go. But they only need to do it once each, I guess. That's what I get for not playing these alts in Shadowlands. Should there not be, like, a huge skip that, like, boosts my renown? Not that I need it, but, like... Alright, so they're sending me back to Oribos anyway. Do they have a portal back to Oribos? I feel like they used to. Did they not have an Oribos portal in the Covenant Sanctums? Was that too much to ask? Only if you had it fully built. Alright. You think the renown skip is through Ardenweald? For Venthyr? You buy it on NPC. Right. Because this is just like the weekly quest. That's just a standard weekly quest. I am going back to Oribos. I'm gonna get there. Kitty, maybe she'll go lay in the dog bed. Somebody should. Boss skips should be account-wide. They are. I guess you're not saying that they're not. You're just saying that they are and they should be. As they should be. I'm going to Oribos. This way. I must be close. Seeing the Shadowland nonsense, even in the fixed state, annoys the heck out of me. We lived through this. And this is after I already did... I did like 4 skips yesterday, or it felt that way. You know. We should... should not take this long. Don't have the skip for Sanctum. Yeah, so like I can go. It's just that the Maw is in its earliest state for me, so it's kind of killing me as I run through the Beast Warrens. Okay, here we go. Finished the Torghast chapter, which will unlock Venari, which is the other thing, is I couldn't talk to her before. So, I know, I don't want to join the Carrion. I couldn't talk to her. Maybe that's it. Maybe I should go look at it now. Surely they're not going to make me skip anything else, right? Get Venari rep. In my life? Yes. I got her Paragon mounts. I didn't do them in the patch that they were current, though, because I didn't want to. What do you want? Oh, you want Tazavesh. Or the Maw. We're going back. That when I did the skip, it took me to Korth. Yeah, I may have not quite skipped far enough. I maybe skipped 6 of 7. It's really demoralizing to think about doing this on like 6 characters. I still have Eye of the Jailer, so that's not good. She'll at least talk to me. I think that's the item that people are talking about. Of course, people are like, oh yeah, just transfer some Stygia. And I'm like, ah yes, my Stygia. I definitely still have Stygia. Let's take a look. Legacy, Shadowlands, Stygia, transfer. I do have Stygia. Alright, that's good. 11:30. I was a little worried that there wouldn't be any. This should have been account-wide. Talk to Bolvar. How do I get back to him? I don't remember how to leave them off. Don't tell me I have to hearth again. Yeah, no, I still can't mount to the Maw, so I bet you anything the Beast Warrens is still gonna yell at me. There was like a portal up here or something? Up the hill, click the beacon. Yeah. I mean, I can mount on my... I can mount on my Shadehound mounts at least. There we go. That was it. Bolvar better have this skip for me, or else I'm flipping things. How was the event? Came back from vacation in Italy. Missed a lot. Ah, you're just in time. I haven't had any mounts drop, so you could still beat me 2-1. Yeah, you gotta get farming. The event's really good. Biggest tool so far for it is Collector's Bounty Helper. It gives you a little list of the buffed mounts that you could run. Bolvar's not here? Where is Bolvar? I bought the wrong item. Oh. How many 11? Oh, here he is. High Lord Bolvar, pardon me. There's the Korthia skip. Okay. How many people would just buy the teleport item for 1100 Stygia? How many are there? I'm not stupid. This is stupid. How many have you gotten? Mounts? None. Nilch. Like to share that I got Mim's head on my 2nd attempt. Congratulations. This is great. I want Shadowlands Classic. What if it's Shadowlands, but it's just trying to find skips? That's all it is. There's no actual content. It's just trying to skip enough campaign to get to where you're going. Eight mounts from the event so far. Nice. All right, let's see if we can buy something else. For a second, I thought she was going to be gone. All right. 1650. Hopefully this is the longest it will ever take because we're finding everything, and that if I remember any of this, that for the next character that I'm doing, I'll be able to navigate these skips better. Maybe. Ahoy, Stumpy! Thank you for the 28-month resub. Appreciate it. I don't want to go. Because I'm not actually going to Korthia. I'm going to Sanctum of Domination. Yes, still 0 mounts. We've done 4-hour streams this week. 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. Somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 hours so far. I could remember it wrong and get more confused and it takes longer. Ah yes, thank you for all the hope and faith. What a pleasant vision of my future to share with me. I really appreciate that. Shadowlands was my first expansion. Dragonflight felt like paradise after that. Don't get me wrong, I like Shadowlands. It's just navigating it on a character that never played it is awful. So we're gonna do Mythic. There we go. I'm just projecting. I've forgotten everything already. Alright. We are here trying for a few things. There's 2 mounts in here, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this one. I can get the mount off the 9, and I could get the mount off of Sylvanas. I am going to try Sylvanas first this time. We'll skip to the end, and then at the end we'll teleport back, which I've been promised is a thing that you can do, and then I'll go do the Eye mount, or the Eye boss, and then the 9. I've been promised that works. So here, we'll do this. We'll grab our, oh gosh, immunity to fear and stun. I'll do one more boss to get a thingy. Got the Drake of the North Wind and the Vitreous Drake in the last couple days. Congratulations! This is your chance to pick the get large power. Legendary Bow seems to be a ridiculously high drop rate. I've gotten at least one every time I've killed Sylvanas. On one occasion I got 3. I have yet to kill her and not see a bow drop. It's, for some reason, that one seems like giga cranked. Sent 6 health through here today. I think I have 5 that I can do. Because I did 2, yes. No, I did 3, so I have 4 left that I can do. This is being one of them. But that's 8 mount chances, because there's two mounts in here, and I need both of them. 3 legendary bow drops. Yeah, I couldn't even loot 2 of them because they were unique. Deathgate and not the Portal to Ouroboros. Okay, Deathgate. I'll see if I can remember that. We've been doing actually kind of okay at learning how to navigate this raid and its skips on the inside. That's been surprisingly good. Somebody told me about it once, which I really appreciate. They explained it very well. And I've remembered it ever since, so that's nice. There's a small victory. Alright. Hi, Terragru. How you doing? I muted my game sound. I have music, but not sound right now because I was sick of them talking to me and I didn't turn off dialogue sound. Yay. It was good. It was great descriptions. It was, go through the blizzardy portal and knew exactly what you meant. Armor sets from this tier A+. I got kind of bored of them. It was a lot of, like, cold-looking metal in various spiky shapes. Come on, Dots. Do your thing. There we go. I want some mounts to drop because I really want to farm transmog. And as long as I'm mount farming, I still didn't get the renown skip. As long as I'm mount farming, I'm not going to be getting transmog because I basically have all the mog from these mount paths. And I haven't been running any of the other difficulties where I need tons of stuff because I need the mount. If I'd love to get Vengeance in particular, because then I can start running Sanctum on all these other difficulties as well. Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon, Dom. Minimum item level for this raid? 600? 620? Something like that. It would be a little easier than Sepulcher, and I also feel like there's fewer fights here where you will run into problems for low damage. Sylvanas, you would eventually run out of time. Like, if you run out of platforms on Sylvanas at the end, you're going to have a bad day. But I think you can I don't think you need to be super high item level to beat that check, as long as you're jumping platforms. Maybe I'm biased because it's the only season where I got an elite set. Wish me luck, Kim Lich King today. Good luck. I'm lucky that all my alts have at least like current season 4 piece from Catalyst and veteran gear, if nothing else. We're heading up to KT. Got Invincible, so happy. Congratulations. Jailer and Sylvanas in a 590 alt, definitely doable. Oh, nice. Man, Jailer at 590 is brave. Plenty of these mounts you can just start farming. You don't need to unlock anything for lots of these. Dungeon mounts in particular, you can almost always just go to the dungeon entrance and just clear it and see if anything drops for you. And there's tons of dungeon mounts that are buffed. Warlock is not exactly a peak prime class for running these raids, but it is one of my 80s, so it'll do. When I get to clearing the trash for the eyeball boss, I'm gonna have to like agony everything individually. She does decent damage for boss damage though, which is nice. I was just happy to have an undead character. I'd been dying to have one. I had an undead priest, but I didn't want 2 priests. I want 10 hunters, that's different. The reason I'm doing raid mounts first is just because the lockouts are less forgiving. So I want to make sure that anything on a weekly lockout, I want to make sure I prioritize that over daily lockouts, because I maybe naively think that I can just spam those later and get them that way. Dying to have an undead. Yeah. Pun intended. I think we're better at the Sylvanas fight now, though. We have yet to fall off the chains, knock on wood. I found out about the jumping thing. I was looking... you know what I think it is, if I'm making excuses for myself, and which is all I ever do, is in, like, recent years, a lot of, like, jump to the other platform mechanics have involved using, like, an extra action button or clicking on a portal. You know, like Razagath or other fights that remind me of Razagath, where you're, like, jumping to side platforms to clear stuff. There's usually either a thing you click or like an extra action button that you can use to zoop over. So just like jumping on faith and trusting that you're going somewhere felt weird to me. Even though I know sometimes it works like that. Like Deathwing, Madness of Deathwing works like that. But that one also I feel like had like big wind visuals that made it look like something would happen. Those changes how you do it. But the important thing is we remember now. I am going to make boss guides for 11 too. Is there a max tempo that you'll walk Moose? We did a lunch walk with Chaos Foster Pup. He was real slow. Moose tempo is kind of up to Moose. I don't rush him if he's going slowly because there's no point. You can't. The more you try to rush him, the more he will plant his butt, and eventually you're just in a standoff. So I just kind of let him take his own pace, generally speaking. If we're going somewhere new or, you know, we're going away from home, he's usually trotting at a good pace. It's just when we're trying to come back that he slows down. Do you think that she's gonna drop the mount for me? Hi, Sylvanas. One mount, please. Oh, temperature on mobile. Gotcha. For some reason, I read max temp and I thought tempo, because that's a thing that people talk about when walking dogs. That's my bad. Yeah, it kind of depends on like if the sun is out or not, because he'll heat up way faster in the sun than he does in the shade. And wind will bias a little bit extra, but basically if it's 20 degrees or above, I'm bringing water, and if it's 25 degrees or above, we're basically just gonna wait it out if it's sunny. It doesn't sound that hot, but my dog's got black fur and he cooks really easily. The other thing I'll do is I'll feel the ground with my hand if it's been in the sun for a while, and feel if it's hot to touch. And I'll do the same thing with any metal grates that are on the sidewalk, because those can get quite a bit hotter, just because you don't want him standing on anything that'll burn him. You'd think that he wouldn't stand on things that would burn him, but they will. So it's just nice to have a little feel. How many kilometers an hour can Moose go? Listen, if there's a bunny, he almost caught a lizard yesterday. He was so fast. I had to grab his leash like halfway down and be like, hold on, let the lizard live. 30 here right now. Whenever it gets that hot, I usually try to go early and then late. Like I'll do sort of like a little mini walk early before it starts getting hot out too much. And then I'll try to push it until like once the sun goes down, like 7 p.m.-ish, it's usually more manageable, even if it's still warm out, like it's you're not cooking in the sun anymore. But I can't do like an afternoon walk in that kind of heat or my dog will die. And different dogs are different though. But I always carry water. I have a fantastic little water bottle that has like a lid that he can drink out of, which is super convenient. Love that. And you can tell when he's thirsty because he'll like be like, oh yeah, give it. This cat get jealous. Oh yeah, they get jealous of each other. If you're petting one of them and giving attention to one of them, the other one will be like, hey, remember me?
Oribos is within my grasp. No, we will stop you.
Grandma's dog is the same, chasing lizards. The poor lizard got turned around and doubled back towards my dog, which was almost a fatal mistake. It got like confused and it did like a little loop and went right by Moose again. And it was kind of uggo. I think Victoria's fairly humid. It's not like Florida levels of swampy, but it's not usually a dry heat. We're surrounded by ocean on 3 sides. What is Florida levels of swampy aside from Florida? I did Orlando in the summer when I was like 17, 16-ish. My hair like inflated. Instant perm. In Florida, can't confirm it's hell. Oh, sticky, sticky, sticky. Hell seems more like a dry heat. What if hell is humid because in addition to all of the fire and brimstone, there's also stagnant pools of water for the mosquitoes? Because would it be hell without mosquitoes? Oh, I hate them so much. I've been struggling recently. Every time I go fishing, I come back with some new bites, and they're like worse than I remember them being when I was a kid. Or maybe I'm just a big baby now. Like, I never remembered my mosquito bites getting like this like big and red and like insanely itchy. I remember them being annoying, but like, I don't know, I look like I've been branded. Not hell without a chance of malaria. Yeah, let's come up with nicer. I mean, we are kind of in WoW hell, so maybe it's appropriate. My nameplate add-on is Plater. I also have my Plater profile posted for your Plater needs. Here it is. You fight her for so long, even when you're just running her as a big grown-up character, that you kind of forget that it's just one boss fight. Yeah, no problem. Ah, I did it. No platforms required. That spell is Malevolence. It's your Affliction Warlock 1 minute cooldown. I don't think I got it. I think it would have hit my bags already, but we'll take a look. This character, item level 652. No vengeance, but we need to remember, not done yet. We gotta go try for the 9 mount before we leave. This one is from the chest. Isn't auto drop like the 9. This game can't make up its mind. Well, I didn't get it anyway. Rude. I need to use a different door. That door's busy. That one's the KT skip. Yeah, I love the mop weapon. I use it. The mop and the ore get used a lot with me. Morning, good luck on drops. For sure you'll get everything you want today. Thank you very much. Highly possible. Could happen. Worth a try. Said the mount was coming for real. Didn't happen. There's always next time. I really hope I get that one during the event. Vengeance is such a pretty mount. It's so cool. I saw somebody on an Ouroboros on my way over. At least I've got the moss skips done in this character now. If it comes to farming, if we get Vengeance before the 9, we can farm the Sanctum Gloom Charger from the 9, basically just like Gmod. You can do LFR wings, you can do normal, you can do heroic. Lots of Mog you can get that way too, but Vengeance is Mythic only. After I'm done with these... Oh, I forgot. I have to be doing all this. After I'm done with these lockouts... For Sanctum of Domination Mythic, anyway, I have to decide what I'm going to do, because there's an argument to be made for Ny'alotha Mythic. For the All-Seer mount. It's a pretty good argument. But... make sure I kill those shacklers before they drag me off the edge. It's such a long clear, and next week I'll have the skip done, so I can at least skip some of it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. If you get everything today, it'd be out of content. I don't think it's, like, physically possible for me to get everything today, even if everything drops them out one after another after another. No luck yet. Just because of how long some of these things take to clear. Best skip Blackrock Foundry? I think I have it. I have those mounts, though. They're not on my list. I've got those collected already. I got those years ago. Skips are account-wide now. I'm gonna put real... Yeah, don't you dragon chains me. Okay. Scary. That can kill you. That got me yesterday. Late? How goes? Good morning. You're not late. You are perfectly on time. That's going just fine. Nice and comfy. Settling in for some mount farming. I've only had one attempt so far today because I was getting the Korthia skip sorted out on this character. And then we did Sylvanas, so no vengeance on my first try. We're gonna do this and then the 9, and then I'll definitely get an amount drop. Because I'm hangry, about to be addressed. Nice. Definitely. No mounts yet, no. Just joined, seeing your YouTube vids off and on. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. I hope if you're out there farming mounts that you're having excellent luck. Ask Blizzard to change Dragon Soul Set 1, drop the one mount that I already have. Stopped by a farmer's market and came back with way too many farm fresh veggies. Ah, there's no such thing. Costs extra. So good. I mean, think about how much it costs to buy a cheap vegetable that you don't really like very much because it's not very good, and then you don't eat it because you forget it's in your fridge. And then you didn't get any benefit out of it at all, you know? If you twist anything around enough, you can justify buying whatever you want. How do you do the Mythic A&R fight? Struggle. You have to, it's easier with a character that's fast. You have to make it back to the boat and do the whole boat lap twice. And then you're jumping around trying to like keep on top of the demons as well. I did it with a friend basically, because it's possible to solo it, but I couldn't be bothered. So I two-manned it enough times to get the skip done. Watched so many of your guides in the past. Thanks for that. Haven't played WoW in a while. Oh, thanks, Blitzboy. Never struggled with. I really have a hard time with like out of sight, out of mind when it comes to food in my fridge. I don't know if it's because I was like raised to not open the fridge unless you had a mission. Like I won't just look at stuff in the fridge for power saving reasons, which is reasonable. But like I'll stick something in my fridge and then will never see it again. And I will completely forget that it ever existed. And there's like workarounds. Like you can write down the things that you have in your fridge. I have like a little whiteboard in my kitchen. For a while I had a little notebook, and whenever I put produce in the fridge, I would like write down what I had and the date that I put it in there. I did that exactly once and forgot to ever look at it again. Husband does groceries, assume it's empty because I didn't buy anything. I try whenever possible we try to put the away groceries together because otherwise we won't, like if somebody else puts something away, you won't remember that it's there. Fridges with a screen showing what's inside. Maybe. I don't know. I have like an innate suspicion for things that have more technology than they should have. Like, yes, there's a use case for that, but also, I don't know, there's gotta be a better way. The phrase smart fridge makes me feel a little bit sick. I think part of it is also like the hoarding desire to save things for like the perfect occasion. Like I have blank thing, and sure, it's not rational, especially if blank thing is perishable. But like this idea of if I don't absolutely need it, I should not eat it and I should save it for when I need it. Like if you ever like when you were growing up like hid food so that you'd have it when you needed it, but then you never used it, you just hid it for emotional reasons. There's probably some garbage to unpack there. As long as the brownie mix doesn't talk to the fitness app, I'm alright with it. Ever done meal prep? Make a big batch of something? Not exactly. I like eating leftovers, but I don't like eating stuff that's been sitting prepared for longer than like a day or two. So when people will like chop up like a whole week's worth of meals, if I did that, depending on what was in them, I guess, but by the time that I got to like the 4th, 5th, 6th day, I would be like, it's a little, ugh. I'm just a little squidgy that way. What I do instead is I will make things like curry, chili, stews in the biggest batch that I can. And then I will freeze leftovers. But typically between the two of us, we get basically 1 meal and then 1 leftovers, but that's still better than nothing. Because when I bought my Instant Pot, I thought I was going to be alone forever, so I bought like a small one. And I'm married now, but I still am using the same Instant Pot. Moskip, choose a covenant, talk to Bolvar. I would try that next time. I had to go to my class order hall. Or I went to my Covenant Hall and I did the intro until it let me skip ahead there to my Soulbind. I don't know if that was necessary or not, though. You can freeze them. Depends on whether you like to eat the same thing for like 5 to 7 days. I would probably struggle with that, too. I like to have at least 2 or 3 things I rotate. Hi, Hazel. Annie. Hi, Peppy. None. Adela? Nope. Not that time. But I'm going to... I suppose now that this character actually has the skip, it's not such a big deal to get back out here so she can hearth. Zareth Mortis skip unlocks flight past the Sanctum. Not on its own, it doesn't. You can do them out of order. You can do the Zareth Mortis skip without doing the Soulbind skip, and then it won't unlock the flight path to Sanctum. But I could see how the other, like, in the reverse, it's true. Like, you need to do the Soulbind thing and the Zareth Mortis thing. I do plan on doing the Mop Classic Panda intro for the Green Astral Serpent Mount. I will do that. I will do it later. This month. Later this month. Cook and freeze things. You can rotate them. But it's tricky things that will defrost well, things that will freeze and unfreeze without losing texture. I also don't use a microwave. I don't have a microwave, and I have no plans to get a microwave. So if I'm going to take something frozen and I'm going to eat it, I need to either move it to the fridge. That's why it's mostly like curries and stews and stuff that's like meant to be kind of soft and cooked. Like nothing that's going to need texture retained. I need to either move them to the fridge early or, you know, stuff that I'm basically heating on the stove. I'm going to Ouroboros. And we're going to try and do some skips. I am not an air fryer enjoyer. I have, on 2 occasions in my life, owned air fryers. And on both occasions, when I moved, I did not make efforts to keep the air fryer. After I lost the first, or after I left the first one, I was like, I could get one of these again. And I got one of them again. I liked using them to make little hot bits of carrots. I would like chop up carrots and air fry those, and those were really good. But also, I also like carrots steamed or boiled or raw. Like, it's not important how I cook them. And it always bothered me that like the air fryer, you can clean the basket, but like the rest of the enclosure in there seems, I don't know. Okay, so Bolvar has nothing for me, which means that I'm pretty sure I have to go get my Soulbind skip. Which is going to be annoying, because it means that we need to go to Maldraxxus. My plan is to use my dungeon portal to make this a bit easier. I didn't think of it last time. So, Shadowlands, Theater of Pain. Mount Farm Journey, got the Underrock Crag mount yesterday. Nice! Didn't realize I had it until I was selling trash gear, and I was like, hey, that's a mount! Cleaning things, microwaves are easier to clean than air fryers. That's not really my microwave objection. I just don't like them. They just don't inspire good feelings in me. I haven't had one for probably close to 5 years now, and I haven't really missed it. Also, other people seem to want me to have one, which makes me stubborn about it. I don't really get it. I'm not microwaving things out of spite. There we go. Paragon of the Undying Army. Thank you very much. Did you see the thing that you used the air fryer to steam it clean? I didn't, but it sounds like more work than just not using an air fryer. Yeah, things reheat on the stove more or less just fine. It's just sometimes takes some patience if it's reheating from frozen. I do love a kitchen appliance. The ones that I really use a lot are the Instant Pot. Love a pressure cooker. I use a rice cooker, which is funny because the Instant Pot can also do rice, but in-laws got us a rice cooker that is like awesome. It does a really good job. And it's really easy to like schedule rice or oats or something like that. So like we can like put oats and water and fruit in there overnight and then have like hot oats in the morning. Or just like throwing on a pot of rice for sushi bowls or whatever we're making is super easy. So that one's good. I have a panini press. It's not life or death, but I think I just wanted it. And it's fun. It makes it easy to do some different things. What do I make on that? Basically just hot sandwiches. Bread maker. Love a bread maker. But that's just because I love bread. Rice cooker supremacy is so much better than the Instant Pot for rice. I don't know what I did before rice cooker. So much better than cooking it normal. Yeah, if that appliance broke, I would find a way to replace it in a heartbeat. I have a stand mixer. It's beautiful, and I don't use it. When I moved into this place, I was like, ah, yes, I shall be the cookie maven. I shall make cakes and cookies and pies. Because I used to bake. I used to make cakes and cookies and pies. And I got like a stand mixer, and I got a little cookie scoop. And I've made not very much. Like, I'll buy chocolate chips, and then a year will go by, and I'll be like, I don't even know if these are still good. Why is your title Fun Guy? If you're a female character, it'll be Fun Gal, but this is a male White Elf. They're both mushroom puns. Yeah, I used to bake not like a lot. Like I would make like maybe one thing a week, and then sometimes no things in a week, and sometimes a couple things in a week. But I would bake semi-regularly. It would be normal for me to have like a tin of cookies in the freezer. I would make and freeze cookies. Or I would like try different things, especially if I'd been watching Bake Off. I would want to try and bake different things. But I think what happened is I stopped eating things like that. And I stopped having like, in a previous relationship, my partner worked in an office, so I could send things to the office with them and get rid of stuff that way. But I don't have a situation like that right now, so stuff just kind of sits around and then gets old, and that's depressing. I inherited my mom's old KitchenAid mixer when she got a newer one. Used it weekly for a month before I was like, my kitchen is too small for all this baking. Yeah, I have a little hand mixer too. It's nice. Yeah, I like the bread machine. Not that it makes better bread than making it by hand, but that it lets me skip the part where I have to touch wet flour and get it stuck to my hands. I don't like that tactically. I don't like having like dough on my hands or dough drying on my hands. So in a bread machine, I can literally just like put in the ingredients like I'm making a magic potion and press some buttons, and then it will make my dough for me. And you can either shape it then and bake it on your own in your oven, or you can just let the bread machine bake it. But I use it for pizza dough. I use it for making bread. Makes a good cinnamon bun dough. For the twice in the last 3 years that I've made cinnamon buns. But another nice thing that you can do with a bread machine is that you can put the ingredients in the night before and schedule it to wake you up with bread, which is kind of the best thing that you can do for yourself on a day off. So wake up to the smell of fresh baking bread that you started yourself last night. Scrap. My vendoring add-on is called Scrap. Gosh, I did not like conduits at the time. Okay, so now that I've done the Soulbind unlock, I think I'm able to go back to Oribos. Haha, my apprentice. You return at last. And luckily, I'm a mage, so I can just port there. Just got midnight. Congratulations! Midnight I'm over for Sanctum Sepulchre. Somebody said they did it at 580, so I would say like 580, I guess, 600-ish. I did it at 640 plus. Yeah, conduits. There's always some little fiddly thing they want you to do to get an extra, like, 1% here or there. Like, I get that they always want you to be progressing on something, but... So, now that we've unlocked our Soulbind, we come back to Oribos, and we talk to Bolvar. And that skips. I think enough. I think. Nope, you have to talk to him one more time, and then you skip to Korthia. And that's enough skipping. And then I'm gonna need like my 1600 and whatever Stygia, because we're gonna jump down the Maw, talk to Venari. It's gonna be a whole thing. Shadow Snake, thank you very, very much for the 20-month resub. Appreciate it. Also, Almiric9, thanks for the brand new Prime sub. Cheers, guys. Man, if anima I have to farm is daunting. I mean, at least running these raids gives you anima. That's kind of nice. Okay, how much Stygia do you want me to get? Let's see. 1650. One anima flow stabilizer. When was Venari not a whole thing? I just didn't get any sockets for my gear in Season 1 of Shadowlands because she wanted me to do stuff in the Maw, and I didn't want to do any stuff in the Maw. So I just procrastinated her rep entirely until after they'd already kind of like gotten rid of Eye of the Jailer. Item you can buy for Cosmic Flux gives you character conduits. I don't really mind as long as I can vendor them, and I think I can vendor them. They haven't been getting stuck in my bags or anything. We are going to make sure this is a Mythic. Alright, trying for Vengeance and trying for the 9. I remember you were very good at running Torghast back in the day. Why does that flatter me so much? It's like, oh my gosh, thank you. I really had fun in Torghast because Holy Priest had just the goofiest cheese. So I was always trying to run like a cheese comp where you would stack up damage onto your next Holy Fire by healing damage. It's like Scales of Trauma. It was called Scales of Trauma. And then you would get all these modifiers, like extra damage done to stun targets and stuff. And then you would basically save up one big bomb, sometimes by damaging yourself in traps and then healing yourself if you had to. And then you would go to the end boss and you would see if you could just like one-shot it. It was really fun. Sometimes it would take me a long time to set it up, but I had no problem with that. It was worth it. Big payoff. I had a great time. Gosh, I did, what was it called? Twisting Corridors, the highest level Twisting Corridors that way. I remember doing it on stream. And I was in there for like hours and hours. Because at the time, Torghast didn't have any kind of a timer component. It wasn't until later that your time became relevant. So you could take it super slow and steady if you wanted to. Which meant that I could do Twisting Corridors, but I was like clearing everything for like the most possible powers that I could get. Yeah, you can absolutely solo Sanctum. Not a problem. I'm here looking for the Sanctum Gloom Charger from the 9, and I'm looking for Vengeance from Sylvanas. You do the worst trade first. I did all of my jailer kills already this week, so I'm trying to do my Sylvanas kills to try for vengeance. And then I've got Ny'alotha. I'm missing 9 mounts, and the raid ones are like all of the latest raids, because the earlier ones I farmed already. Recently got recommended one of your old videos where it was your VOD edited to best moments. Those were really funny. I had an editor for like a video, and I think it was that one. And it was good, but I didn't stick with it. Am I rich yet? Yep, that's the one. He was a great editor. A friend put me in touch with him. Okay, so I need to... We're gonna go to the end first, and then we'll come back for the 9. Yeah, it might have been 2. Well met, travelers. My problem with hiring an editor was that I was unwilling to pay them less than, like, editing wages, like skilled digital labor wages, but it was not profitable for me to pay them that much. And I had some people offer to like work for less or to do like profit sharing schemes and stuff. Cause like a video like that, especially like at my size, you might make like $40 on ad revenue. And if an editor spends 2 hours putting it together, that's easily 100 USD or more worth of labor. And I was just, I couldn't get out of my own way. I don't want to underpay people. Even if they volunteered to be underpaid. I couldn't do it. The control part I didn't mind so much, but there was also like a lot of extra overhead. Like even with somebody else doing the editing, you're still getting them the footage. You're still sorting out like a thumbnail, you're sorting out metadata, you're sorting out posting and schedule. Like it's not nothing. And I just didn't have the time really. Underpay, that's the capitalist way. Carapace and Ny'alotha easy to do. Does Sanity Mechanics do anything? Yeah, we did them a couple times. I did them on my priest, I think, this week. Fully ignoring all the Sanity Mechanics. I still had to go under to kill the thing. Yeah, I don't think I necessarily made the right choice, though. Like, I think that... Especially if I just did like profit sharing on the video, it would have been potentially a good investment for an editor to like do that because they may have gotten bigger and made more money later over time. So I think it's, I don't want to call it a poverty mindset, but like not a very open mindset that led me to not continue doing that. Navigating a profit sharing in a video also kind of raised like a lot of like logistical stuff that I was like, how is everybody navigating this? Like for how long? Is it for the first 30 days, 60 days? What about countries? What about taxes? What about income reporting? You know, like, cause your editor's not going to be generally speaking in the same country as you. It just all seemed so complicated in ways that I don't know if other people were accounting for. Maybe they are and they've just figured it all out already and I'm dumb and I can't, but, yeah. It's just easier for me to not involve anybody else. But it does mean I don't have edited highlights. I post full VODs to my YouTube. I've got a YouTube VOD channel just so that the VODs don't time out. Woohoo! 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 I shouldn't be blinking in rooms with edges. Oh, I have to get out of here. That's right. Got the Gloom Charger. Congratulations! Nice one to check off the list. This character is item level 640. 640 is kind of like the minimum for my ults. I think my lowest one's 638. Because that's what you can get in just like veteran gear. Catch-up gear from this patch. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to phase it again. I'm not very good at this character. I have a rotation assist on. I sometimes listen to it. I had some bosses reset when I tried to feign death this week. It's annoying. I can't imagine what it's like being a rogue and having it be part of your rotation. Some people have the mind to tease apart, figure out. For others, it's just hell on earth. And maybe this is just me being petty. I'm not convinced, and maybe the requirements are different in different countries. I don't know if everybody that's dealing with money internationally like that is handling the tax aspect of it correctly. They're just too small potatoes for their tax agencies to worry about, or one day they're going to get audited and have a bad month. I have to keep track of exchange rates and dates things are invoiced and dates things are received, and like different. And I'm only dealing US to Canada. I'm not involving any other currencies. I think there's some people that probably just hand wave it and think it's not a big deal, and they could maybe get away with that for the rest of their lives. But if an agency ever does decide to poke into it, it could get ugly just in trying to sort everything out. I'm a big fat goody two shoes. I'm petrified of authority, so I follow rules at every possible juncture so that I don't get in trouble, because I don't want to deal with it, especially with taxes. Let's underpay some editors. Evil monopoly. Her greed sickens me. Where's my recuperate button? There it is. I hate that money costs money. I had an American bank account that I had transferred some money out of because I wasn't using it anymore. But I hadn't closed the account because in order to close it, they wanted me to like take a thing to a notary and jump through all these crazy hoops to like just close it. And they started billing me for not having enough money in the account. And I was like looking at how much of an absolute pain in the butt it was going to be to close it versus transfer enough money into it for them to stop billing me. So now I just have like a little bit of money sitting in that account. Okay, not a little bit. I have some money sitting in that account just so I don't have to deal with it. I was so offended when I found that out. It was the most dystopian, gross thing. All right, here we go. I do need to close it out eventually. They do not make it easy. I want to quit the bank. No, not that bank, although it is gross that they're not the only ones that do it. I need to get a better credit card because my current credit card is one that has like no benefits whatsoever and annual fee, but it was the only one I could qualify for when I came back to Canada because I had no credit rating because I had like 7-8 years of blank credit history. But now is not a good time for me to be applying for credit cards because now is when I am applying for a mortgage, and that is like one of the worst things to possibly do when you're sitting around trying to get a mortgage underwritten is open any new lines of credit in any way, shape, or form. I've heard all kinds of horror stories of people not understanding that and being like, oh man, I celebrated getting my new house by getting this new car financed, and then you're like, no, your mortgage falls through. You have to live in your new car. Watching some videos, people getting Gmod. Goes into your inventory after the boss dies. Yeah. Yep. parents are retired, have everything paid off, their score's low because they have no loans. Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying. You'd think they just want you to be responsible, but they don't want you to be so responsible that you're not paying any interest, because then you're you know, they want to make their money off you.
Oribos is within my grasp. No!
Roland, thanks for the brand preps. I don't believe in credit scores. I am more than just a number. This is, we are more than a number. However, having a good credit score is very helpful when you want something like a mortgage. It comes in handy for stuff. Credit company must hate me. Don't think I've ever missed a payment. I don't float a balance on my credit card either, but I did finance my car when I bought it, not because I needed to, but because I wanted to build some credit history. I took like a really low percentage financing so that on part of it, even though I could have just lump sum paid it, so that I could build up some credit history, because I knew I was going to be looking for a mortgage within the first 5 years or so, and I needed something aside from just pays her phone bill and has this collateral credit card. I like money stuff like that just fine when I understand it and it's going well. It's a lot less fun if it's not going well or you don't know what's going on. Or if you can't afford something that's important. That's always a nightmare. I think part of the reason that I have so much anxiety about taxes is I once had an incident when I was in my early 20s and I was working retail where I filed my taxes expecting to get a return, and I got a bill for like $800. And I'm 20 and I'm dead broke and I don't have $800. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to put me in jail and kill me. Because of course I thought that. My life is over. I will never ever get anything done ever again. So, and I had to contact the CRA and work out like a payment plan, and it worked fine. I was able to do that, and I was able to pay it off over some time. They're good about that, actually. They'll work with you if you need help, assuming that you talk to them. But the anxiety from opening that mail and being like, oh no, they want money I don't have. Because my withholdings hadn't been done correctly on my employer's thing. Not fun. Yeah, I did not like that, and it did not leave any good effects on me. Same problem, owed $8,000. Yeah, it's funny because nowadays that kind of tax bill wouldn't, you know, that would be like that would be a real good year, right? Like I pay a lot more than that in taxes now, but because of all that anxiety, I'm better prepared for it. Happy Mount Run Day, farm day, Mount. Well, all right, Sylvanas, let's do this. I would like 200 once, now I always have extra taken out. It's fun when you're self-employed because you have to estimate how much you're going to owe and then pay it in advance in estimated installments. And for something like what I do, it is impossible to have a very good idea of how much money you're going to make because it's based on so many factors that are so wildly, oh no, don't let it be too late. Okay. Whew. So many factors that are out of your control. Or like my accountant will be like, so how much do you think you're going to make next year? About the same. And I'm like, I don't know. It's an expansion year. Who's to say? How many crises am I going to have this year? But you just do your best. And you just make sure that you don't spend your money just because you have it. I always hold on to a decent amount for tax bills because sometimes you do get to the end of the year and you're hit with an extra 10, 20, 30K. Wow, I'm not doing very well. We just have to get her to half. There we go. No mount since the start, no. Maybe it'll be this one. Chat, are we wiping? Ta-da. No mounts. I did get another bow because I need one for my collection. Let's go try the 9. Yeah, Jaina Ice Block specifically when you lust. Thought I was going to be getting mounts left and right, not been the case. Yep, me too. Part of me thinks I'm paying for my hubris and assuming that I was just going to be raking in mounts. It's like, it's July, I'm going to stream extra, I'm going to stream all these mount runs, I'm going to get this one and this one and this one. And here I am. Day 5, no mounts. Despite not having worked in Quebec for all the tax year to pay the difference between the Alberta and the Quebec rates. Oh, gross. That sucks. That's so stressful. I plan to never change provinces because I don't want to deal with it. I don't even want to think about it. Not a good day. No, especially if you're not working at the time. I'm just real glad I'm not changing countries again. That was not fun. Yeah, for Collector's Bounty. We got some buffed drop rates, and we're hoping to take advantage of them. Supposedly, 5.3% Sanctum Gloom Chargers reigns. I did get my bow and the hunter for the achievement. I did. So that's something. You're not allowed to move away from the Pacific Northwest. I saw a heron this morning just flying over the city. It didn't even look like it knew where it was going. It kept like turning, you know, like 50 degrees every like 30 seconds. It was just swooping all over the sky like a, I don't know, it was weird for a heron. Okay, I want to make sure I kill this NPC early. The other ones we can take our time on, but... Collector's Bounty Helper is the add-on that can show you your list. Collector's Bounty Helper. Shadow Snake, thanks for the gifted subs. Appreciate it. Doesn't drag you off the edge anymore? I disagree. Yesterday, I was dragged off the edge and I did die. So unless they fixed it since yesterday, I don't believe you. I specifically remember dying on stream. It was really embarrassing. I was on a hunter. I tried to disengage and it was not enough. Got dragged off yesterday too. Also live in Quebec, too pricey for me. Yeah, things are spendy here, but I just love it so much that if I can afford it, I don't need to live big. I just need to live. I don't even need to live medium. I no longer aspire to think, well, I was going to say expensive things, but I want to own a house, so haha. But like when I was 22 and I was doing YouTube, I was like, oh man, I want to be really famous and I'm going to have expensive things. I don't know what I wanted specifically, but just expensive things, you know. It was like a big consumer consumption era, and that's what a lot of the content I was consuming was, and I thought it looked great at the time. Nice clothes and I don't know, computers. I do have a nice computer. You don't want to own an expensive house. I mean, I live in BC. There's no such thing as an unexpensive house. If there is, it's been condemned. Specific list of what mounts had the increased drop rates? I mean, it's pre-Dragonflight instance mounts, so I would assume that's what the list was. Montreal used to be amazingly affordable. I paid $300 in rent for years as a student. Oh. Man, I think I paid more than that when I was renting from my mom in 2011. But if I can get into something, it doesn't need to be a super nice house, but it'll be my house. I can sit on the porch and, I don't know, watch the birds. I think I forgot to lust on Sylvanas. Hello, and still I went to grad school, paid tuition, rent, working a minimum wage job. Oh, that's nice. Buy a banjo and play it on the porch. I've been watching a guy on YouTube who meows. Is there more to that story? Wrong button. Was that not meant for this chat? I was like, on his porch? That's what he does. He bought a house, sits in his porch, meows. Let the neighbors think what they will. No, Reigns of Ny'alotha is from a Dragonflight raid, so that would not be included. Shadowlands is the last expansion of raids that are included in this. Play the trumpet. I might play my trumpet in my house. I don't know if I would play it outside, though. I would probably close my windows. Could see you sitting on your porch meowing. I mean, if there's cats coming by. What if there's neighbor cats and they visit? The weekly Hazel concert. Giving major yard envy. Start stream with a view of your own porch, Moose and Kira roaming, cup of coffee, more than 0 mounts from the event. Oh man, if I do get a place, you guys are going to see the inside of the streaming room and nothing else. I don't think I'm posting any views. I am way too afraid of getting doxxed to do that. I'll tell you all about it, and then you guys will be like, Hazel, this story doesn't line up, and I'll be like, good. Okay, let's go do the 9. A lot of neighbor cats that visit. My cat is not happy. Right, calm. Especially if I own something. It's not like I can just move if somebody finds me. I'll tell you about having tea on the porch with neighbor cats. I'll narrate the story. Just like I tell you guys all about Moosey's walks, but I've never actually shown a video of them. I think I have one video of Moose outside, and it's like zoomed in so that all you can see is snow. Yeah, I just like I like my peace. I like my security. I like my safety. I like not feeling like there's like I'm being followed. I like a little separation between work and personal life. Neighborhood cats are awesome. Had one, took me about a year before it finally warmed up to me. I love meeting neighbor cats because they're all so different. And my cat is the only cat I've ever had. So if I never met another cat, I would just assume they're all exactly like Kira. Or that she's the only friendly one and the rest of them are all demons. But I meet lots of friendly cats, and they're all friendly in like different kind of ways. Years ago, I knew this one cat that we called Wario because he was like this tubby little rectangular cat with short little stubby legs. And you would go up to him and he would come see you all happy and he would go, wah, wah. Like his meow was a very Wario, wah, and it was, so we called him Wario. And he was so sweet. I was a little worried about him because he sounded so hoarse. I was worried that he had like a illness or something. He moved away at some point, so I don't know what happened to him. But I'll never forget him because he was so funny and he was such a sweetie. Like he would see me and he'd go, wah, and he would like come trotting out to come see me. I don't think he was a munchkin cat. I think he was just like a stubby old cat. All right, 1 mount, please. Right now, I feel like I want to get back into swimming outdoors. But I feel like if I move, I'm going to be like, nah, it's cold. I don't want to go in, it's chilly. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope you're having a lovely weekend. Favorite neighbor cats, the ones who sit there in the middle of the street. No care for cars, wanting scritches. Prayer of Healing and Mythic Plus is Oracle. No. I don't think I was even spec'd into it. No mount. Says attempt 27. But that's another character who is basically sorted with the Korthia skip, so that's good. Let's go do it again. Deathly allergic to cats. Always scratch the neighbor cats, and then like a surgeon head straight home to wash my hands forever. Aww. Archon 12s, 13s are hard. Trying to change up my spec. Yeah, I switched to Oracle because I was starting to feel a little bit like I just wanted more tools for emergencies. And I felt as Archon, I was just ripping off my Halo like whenever because it was such a short cooldown, but then I didn't have it for when I needed it, and it was easier for me to play as Oracle. But the most I ever did is 13s. I didn't go past those. Oh, you're right. You're right, you can't enter those. Mage is the coolest. Started one for the first time. Being able to port anywhere is amazing. I love the porting around. I'm terrible at Mage, though. It's like the ranged class that I click with the least. I guess maybe competing with Boomkin. Alright. So, I have done Vengeance on these 4 characters, and I'm pretty sure this one. So these 2 still need to do it. Time to get him set up with the Covenant. Do you think you'll ever have a key pushing era? I think I'm pretty satisfied with my current level of key pushing. I would argue that I did push keys. I pushed to 13s. It felt pretty good. I don't know that I would push past that unless they bribed me to. I like having like a little candy on the stick, a little carrot, a little mount or something that I'm looking for, like the 3K mount. Remind me what I'm doing. I'm going to Ouroboros. Archon is a set of priest hero talents. The 2 options you have as a holy priest are Archon or Oracle. Getting a tiny bit faster at this. I would be very happy if Sylvanas decided to drop me Vengeance. Alright, more skips. You know you're not a Mythic Pluser when you interpret key pusher as human who presses on keys on keyboards like Hazel. Yeah, I push keys all the time. Okay, over here. And over here. And then we can luckily make use of these. Skip the flight path. Have not played for too long, thanks for the explanation. Yeah, no problem. In current content, every class has their regular talents, but you'll also have sort of like a little extra thing of talents that's sort of like a class fantasy thing with just a few extra talents in it that you can choose between to sort of further customize your character a little bit more. Sometimes there's like a best option and that's all everybody ever uses, and sometimes you can kind of swap back and forth based on preference. Where did I get the gas mask? That one is called the Vile Fumigator's Mask. It sounds like Love is in the Air, honestly. There might be lookalikes, though. See the Primus. Amazing Healer could do higher. I think it's good to know what's fun for you, though. You know, if it's not fun to go past that, there's no real reason to do it. I just like have an excuse to hang out with my friends, my regular key team, a couple of weeks at a time. See what they're up to. Oh. My problem is I main Holy Priest. Yeah. I keep thinking, oh man, I should set up at least an alt healer just in case it's like way more fun in keys or something, but I just like being holy. I don't want to do anything else. It works great in raids. Even, I swear, even when it's not meta, it's great. People just don't believe in it enough. I always do fine. Plus, I'm not mythic raiding, I'm just heroic raiding. If we can slug through heroic progression, that's good enough for us. That's how I feel about Ellie Shaman. Yeah. Keys for the 10s to get the portals, that's enough for me. It's been so nice having those portals. They come in really handy for all kinds of stuff, even with a long cooldown. Like using this portal just to get out to Maldraxxus, it saved me a couple minutes worth of flight path. And I'm not going to need it again on this character today. Got 2 Sylvanas bows and 1 kill. Yeah, she really spits them out. I wonder if I could go back to Bolvar now, or if I need to like actually like get the Soulbind. I don't know. Yeah, I can't wait. Portal is amazing. I agree. A lot of fun. Never healed before. Yeah. I love that Holy Priest is pretty straightforward. You have a button called heal and it heals. Job done. Uncomplicated. You know what your master does? Heals a little more. It's, there are definitely interactions and synergies and things to think about, but like, you know, it does what it says in the tin. Bosh, as they say. There we go. You know what greater heal is? A big one. Portals past seasons or expansions? Nah, basically just wait for them to get rotated back into the current Mythic Plus season and then do them. So like if you didn't get the Tazavesh portal during Shadowlands, you would have another chance to get it this upcoming season because Tazavesh is back. That kind of thing. Okay, so she wants to go to Oribos. She's not a mage. The portal won't be there. I'll use $1 on Hearthstone. Shadow can't wrap my head around. I like Shadow a lot, but I have it in my muscle memory because that's kind of like my go-to DPS spec. It's been weird having kind of half my ults be Horde. I have to remember which side of Dalaran I'm going into. The skip isn't that bad once you've remembered what you're doing, but remembering what you're doing is horrific. There's so many steps to it. Triple the work for 75% of the DPS of everybody else. Paragon Man from Venture and Dark Fuse rep. Nice. I've been going to the wrong side of the city portals in Dornegal, like when you go up into, so you skip that, and then there's one more skip. How many is it total? 2 for here. 1 for the Soulbind is 3. 1 for the campaign is 4. 1 for the mob 5. I think it's 5 skips you have to get through. I don't think I actually need to do Korthia now. What are you skipping to? Basically just trying to get Venari and the Maw unlocked to a degree where you can comfortably get yourself to the Sanctum of Domination entrance. Do it in Dragonflight and get confused, yeah. Because if you go and you don't have enough stuff unlocked or you don't have all of it unlocked, you'll die on your way there, is what I was doing. I don't know if there's a guide for that. I limped through it with the help of chat. It's a lot of talk to Bolvar, and you do have to go to your Covenant Sanctum at least once to unlock your Soulbind. You wouldn't need to worry about any of this if it was a character that you played in Shadowlands, but these alts are all kind of post-Shadowlands alts for me. A lot of them are like, this was a remix alt. So for this, we're going to get 1650 Stygia. So all of Warband transferable, down to Legacy, down to Shadowlands, down to Stygia, which luckily I have some left over. If you didn't have any, that would be kind of annoying. We pilfer 1650. We get the Anima Flow Stabilizer, not the Riftwalker Essence. That one's wrong. I found out the hard way. Have an alt, never went to Sanctum, and I tried and she can't mount. Yeah, it's stupid. And then Dismoteron is the one that's closest. But at least you get this teleporter once you've done that, so you don't have to run quite as far. Hopefully, I'm doing all of this work to unlock these alts, and it's going to jinx the mounts into dropping for me, so I don't actually have to come back here and do it again next week. Do you hate yourself? We're doing Sanctum of Domination, baby. There's 2 mounts in there I need. I'm still looking for my first mount from this Collector's Bounty event. We're at 0 for 9. Yeah, you can mount in the Maw on a Shadehound, but if you come through the Beast Warrens trying to get to Sanctum, it'll put like this torment on you that makes you run in fear and like take a bunch of damage. It's really annoying. We are gonna get our Lust Pet. We're gonna make sure we're on Mythic. And we're going in. Did more runs early this morning. Also had no luck. Solidarity. Yeah, no, there's dungeon mounts I could spam. I just want to do my raid lockouts. Especially this raid. I want to basically kill Mythic Sylvanas as many times as I have 80s this week. Just so I can feel like I really tried my best. At least my best without leveling any more 80s. I could do that, but we're not going to do that. Let's clear this way this time, because this is where we're going to have to go back anyway. Because of where the skip portals turn up. Is there another big guy over here? There is. I've never gone right before. This alt is 654. Most of them are kind of between 640 and 660. 638 on the low end and 664 on the high end. For my 80s anyway. My 70s are wearing nothing. Yeah, Sepulchre is hard if you're undergeared. It's not impossible, but it's really annoying. Different classes will have, mileage may vary. My Lust classes have a much easier time. And I suppose I could bring drums and use that, but like, yuck, you know. I don't even have flasks on. Which class? Where to level? I would level in time walking as much as possible. I would maybe do druids because you could level them quickly through time walking by either healing or tanking, but then they're quite fast for running instances as well. But practically I would do hunters because I love running on hunters. I'm just used to it. Plus they have lust. And then if I was leveling a hunter, I would queue for time walking, but I would probably just quest. Take a guess on whether I have gems and enchants on my alts. Just have a little wonder. What do you think? Actually, look at that. Enchanted. Gemmed. Kind of crazy. I surprised myself. Gotcha. I'm gonna refill my water. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna give another 10 minutes and then I'm gonna refill my water. Let's go do Sylvanas. This guy. I have 3 hunters at 80. I have more at 70. And then my other 80s are a paladin, a warlock, a mage, and my priest, of course. It's because I wanted to do this character in endgame content. I don't know that my other alts have enchants. Anthus does, certainly, because he tanked 10 keys for triple threat. My mage is probably wearing garbage. Because it feels true. I would have done some upgrades on him because I would have had the Valor Stones to do it, but I don't think I would have, like, enchanted anything. Finished gearing another 80 to do Sylvan Jailer. Did the Korthia skip surprisingly fast. Yeah, it's not too bad when you know what you're looking for, but if you just keep going to Oribos every time you think that you're done and you're not done, it's awful. You can make an argument for pretty much every class for farming, except for Warlocks, Priests. I would add Death Knights to that list. You're right, it does depend on the farm. I think Warlock is the worst. Not only are you kind of slow without, like, you have Burning Rush, but it hurts you, and it doesn't even make you go that fast. But also, your AoE and trash farming is just gross. You don't have a whole lot that's, like, instant cast AoE on any spec that you can do, like, infinitely. You can explode imps on Demo, and you have to have some imps. It's a mess. Warlock sucks. Level 80 DK is okay. Yeah, I would still put it down there. I would put it, like, down there with Paladins. Probably still faster than Priest, though. It's a Warlock main, this is true. One of my 80s that I've been farming on is a Warlock, and I just keep running through here, like, putting Agony on each mob individually. Kill it! Yeah, that's nice. If you can kill that mob, you can skip a couple of phases. Shadow Priest feels horrible for farming, and it's one of my mains. Yeah. I mean, you get Holy Nova, so that's kind of alright. You have Angelic Feather and you have Body and Soul, but Angelic Feather and Body and Soul are the dinkiest little sprints. They're so sad compared to, like, everything else. Itsy bitsy little sprinties. Wrong map. I don't know if trial characters can farm mounts. Maybe? I don't remember what the limitations for trial characters are. I don't really mess with them much. Oh, hi, kitty. You wanna come up? Come sit with me for good luck. Come. I know. Hi. What's my kitty? This is Miss Kira. I'm kind of making her sit with me right now. She might leave, she might not. She is gorgeous. You're so sweet. This morning Moose gave her a big lick and she went rah! But she didn't run away, she just went rah! I'm gonna save Lust for these 3. Her fur's really soft. Like, Moose is fluffy and soft, but Kitty is next level soft. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. That's nice. Kitty's like velvet, so soft. When they cuddle together, they combine their softness. I have yet to catch them laying down together. I think that'll be the final frontier for their friendship. But yesterday he was laying on the couch and she jumped up on the couch and basically like stepped on or around his head, and he's just holding very still like, hello? My favorite is when we first come home from a walk with Moose. Kitty wants to run to the door to say hi to us, and she'll be kind of like weaving in and around everything. So she will sometimes, she's blind, so she can't exactly see where she's going, but she'll kind of weave her way between Moose's legs, like she'll walk right under him. And he does the funniest thing when she's underneath his tummy, where he just like looks between his front legs and goes, huh? It's very cartoon-like. It's so funny.
We will stop you. Jaina, we need a portal.
She started losing her vision like 4 years ago. And I think she's been quite blind for the last like 2. But it doesn't really slow her down very much. Do I have a pet out? I do. Kablu's around here somewhere. Make sure we don't get pushed off the edge here. I don't actually know where my pet is. That's Sylvanas. I wonder if we'll ever get I don't think we're ever gonna get flying in the maw. I would be very surprised. Yeah, Sylvanas skip is account wide. You do it once and your whole account's got it. Super nice. There's my pet. Wish the quest to do it 4 times as a warband quest. People are saying apparently for Blackrock Foundry in Warlords of Draenor, it is. Like in Blackrock Foundry, you can do the whole quest across a couple different characters in 1 week and unlock it. But it seems like it's the only one that works that way. Weird, right? Oh, don't be in Veil of Darkness. Got my Iron Hoof on my second character and didn't need it. Nice. This is totally the run, right? It could be. I'm doing all the right things. Gosh, you Blackrock family, get it over with then. Yeah, now's the time. Alright. Lust. We'll drum roll before we open the box this time. I guess there is a little bit of a wind effect, a wind visual. Oh, we got it. You're being stubborn. Have a chat to cheer you on. You know what's funny is, especially if because you're in Quebec, it means 2 things. I have a chat and I have a chat. Oh, I forgot to drum roll. No mount. Wah wah. I was hoping my French pun would do it for me. Man. That's alright. We got another mount to farm in this one, and I have 1 more hunter I can take through this instance today. Next time, for sure. I think I'm gonna take my break though. I gotta refill my water. I will be right back. 9. And then I've got one more hunter. And I'll have to set that hunter up with her Shadowlands skip too, but that way next week we won't have to, we can just come straight here. Let's go, horse. One horse, please. You know, as the people say. Nay. Did she startle easily? Was the transition tough? She seemed more annoyed than anything. She used to spend nights just kind of meowing plaintively, mournfully. She stopped doing that. She would walk into stuff and she would just be like, oh, and she would like look mad at herself. Like she would just get irritated. She doesn't startle too much. She pretty much knows what's going on. She's if anything more aware of her surroundings than the dog is. Although with Moose, you never know if he doesn't know what's going on around him or he just doesn't care. He's kind of a king at being in the way. It's pretty funny. Shout that you're on a hunter that you need a pet. A horrifying realization. What is it? You love oblivious large tacos. Hi. You just like, you step over him and it's like trying to do a hurdle. It's like walking over a fence because he's tall. He's such a sweetie pie. He's so fun. Class sets for Sepulchre require the creation catalyst for the cloak. Oh. Drops their Soulbind. Firelands. Let me see. So if I hide owned, I go look for Firelands. Kill it! Alyss Resort can be done on normal and heroic. I don't know if the lockout is the same though. I would try to get it on normal and see if it lets you. I don't remember how they worked for that one. Used to say my dog was totally unaware he had a body behind his head and that it could be in the way. I'm wondering if after I move, if I get a place that it'll be easier to get around him, because this apartment's kind of like all hallways and like narrow passageways. Like the way we've set our stuff up works really well for us, but it does mean sometimes there's a very narrow path of traffic, and sometimes Moose is in it. In your club, lots of mock. I did hear about Bubbles and Bubbles Jr. Well, I heard about Bubbles. I didn't hear about Bubbles Jr. I don't know if I like the sound of Bubbles Jr. Oh, I used my honey buzzer and I saw my life flash before my eyes. Only normal or heroic. Okay. That's a bummer. I should take that trinket off my bar. It like zoops you forward a little bit and is gonna get me killed. Holy moly. Farming right now, looking for the Sanctum Gloom Charger from the 9. I already killed Sylvanas on this instance. No luck on Vengeance. After that, I've got one more character that can try for both mounts. Rolled myself off the edge here of my mount. She's a happy girl. I hope that she does okay with the move. I'll do everything I can to make it easier for her. I'm just like believing I'm gonna move. I'm just manifesting it by talking about it like I'm definitely gonna move. You know, the worse the farm, the nicer it'll be if the mount drops, because then it's a worse farm that you don't have to do anymore. you find? I'm hoping. I'm just manifesting. I'm just believing in the dream. Friend says lots of empty houses up near Prince Rupert. That's a little ways away from me. Thank you. I got a snack. He's so nice to me. It's really cute. I know he married me, but he also brings me carrots. Sylvanas, I just killed you. Well, killed's a strong word. Oh, hi! Oh, he's not in the shot. You can't see him. The second I started eating carrots. Look at this. Look at this. Can I help you? Are you mugging me? Can you touch? Touch? You can do it. Moose, can you touch? Good boy. Can you go to your spot? That's not your spot. Go to your spot. No? Good boy. Shouldn't do that, but whatever. They're good for him. That's why he mugs me though, is because it works. Nope. I got a piece of Mog. I finished a gear set. How is this coat? It's nice. It's real nice. Shed's like a demon, but what dog doesn't? You know what I mean? Loves carrots. I also have cheese in this bowl, and he's not getting my cheese. How often do you groom him? I mean, whenever I start to feel guilty about him looking scruffy. Or if I have just vacuumed and I'm like, please, just hold your fur in for a little bit, then I'll take him outside, and I'll find a place to, like, undercoat rake him so that he doesn't shed quite as much for, like, a little bit. But yeah, more in the spring and the fall. He needs a bath, but like, his coat does a pretty good job of keeping him pretty clean. So he doesn't stink, it's just been a while since he's had a bath, so I feel like he should have one. Just, you're not getting any more. Look at this. Look at this face. Look at the boo-boo eyes. They're locked right on me. That angle is pointed right at me. Direct eye contact. You can watch me eat this carrot, you're not getting another one. That was your one special treat. I love him so much. No mounts, not yet. You're just in time. It's panting. Glad I'm not the only one 0 for 30. Mm-hmm. You gonna come lay down behind my chair? Oh no, he's leaving. He's out of here. No snacks, no moose. He'll be back. He likes me. Should have bought the Port to Venari item for after Sanctum's over. Ooh, that's a good idea. I saw purple flash when I looted Revendar, but it was just the epic two-handed sword. That'll happen. You just don't let him rest. Don't let Revendar sleep until he gives you the mount. Just keep banging down his door. Ny'alotha is gonna take me forever. But I just need him to cough it up once, you know what I mean? Got lucky last night, got Gmod. Nice! No, this isn't that bad anymore. The boss is fine. Annoying, but fine. It's getting to him. That's annoying. It's a long raid. It's a lot of running in that raid. Next week I'll have the skip done, but I don't have the skip done yet. I'm lucky that I'll have it done next week. There's some people that probably never did the skip at all, and they're looking at full clears every time. Yeah, I thought about running dungeons until I have the Ny'alotha skip, but if I go this whole event and I don't get it, I'm going to be kicking myself for leaving lockouts on the table. Besides, if I just loot it, then we can cross it off the list. Need that mount. Never got the skip. It's a cool mount. I would be very happy to get it. According to the bounty helper at it, only have 5 mounts left? Nice! What are you after? It's such a cool jellyfish, though. I know, I should just give up the rest of my life and just stream. Nothing else, only mounts. 4 out of 5 of Shadowlands, and then it's off. Yeah. They're long runs. Cool amount still. Got the LC amount because it was in the beam up for like 30k. That's a nice get. Subathon until first drop. Invincible and Death Charger today. Congratulations. Nice day. Oh, hi. Can I help you? Did you finish begging from Dad? Now you're trying me again. Did it work? You're just doing your rounds. Get a load of this guy. Gimme. It's just because I have a snack. You need to hang out in your bed, bub. Have a nice nap. It's nap time. You're gonna be tired later. Trying to convince us that he's never been fed once in his life. Oh man, Moose with opposable thumbs. You should have seen him when we tried to keep him in like a... We had a sort of a puppy fence to try to like limit his area when he was just 3 months old. Because we hadn't puppy-proofed the rest of the place yet. And he was gonna get out of there. He had blueprints, he had a chisel. He was gonna... He did not stay in there very long. It was not happening. If I don't get the mount after this next clear of the dungeon, I should pull up a Moose Puppy video just to make us all feel better. He is 2 now. He turned 2 in May. Actually, in August is going to be his anniversary of his gotcha day. We brought him home in August. Yeah, there's that clip has a little bit of puppy footage from the first time he came on stream. Yeah, and if we do get it, we can watch the video to celebrate. Exactly. See if you have an Argent Squire pre-made. Argent Squire pet. Necrotic Wake seems faster after SOD. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping so. He looks so happy. I forget what it looks like. I'm gonna put it on my other monitor. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh my god, he was a baby. He was a big baby. He was like already like 30 pounds or so when we brought him home at 3 months old. And he stayed that big for about 10 minutes. He was growing so fast. was so happy back before you started denying him snacks. Just instance drop mounts, dungeons and raids. Not rare drops or paragon chests. Got the ZG Panther mount, but I got 2 of them. Had some good luck for mount drops. Pass them to you. Thank you. Yeah, what if I get this one twice? What if I kill Sylvanas and she's like, what if you have 1 vengeance for your mom's house and 1 vengeance for your dad's house? Uh-oh. Okay, I didn't pull it yet. I just put Hunter's Mark on it. I don't have that set up as a macro. I forgot to grab my power. That was almost bad. You need the stun immunity. You coming back, or you coming or going? What are you doing, Bubs? He's going. Felt so sad to delete him out. Oh no, you keep it and you carry it around with you, and then you open trade with your friends and you put it in the cannot trade window and go, oops, sorry. You just bully people with it. It's great. Good luck with your runs. Get Gmod now for sure. Oh yeah. Any second now. Gmod. Me with my 2 extra invincibles. I have an extra mount from G-Kun. I have a bonus, or not G-Kun, Horadon. I have an extra Horadon mount in my bank on my main. Flabby has an extra Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent from pre-remix. Not because it dropped, but because he bought it on a black market auction house, even though he already had one. Just as a flex. Next level. Ethically questionable. Oh. 3 invincibles before the pet, saying something weird about my luck. I mean, the mount's drop rate is buffed right now, and the pet's not. Dude, the pet from 10-man was so annoying because no one's ever on 10-man because you get more loot and because the mount's on 25-man, but there is a pet that only drops on 10-man heroic. Me with the Sephorian Pacemaker from Floodgate. Had a hero track and 2 myth tracks and had to show a guildie that had been farming it on repeat. Oh, man. Trinkets are awful like that. Like, somebody will just be losing their mind trying to get something that they desperately need, and someone else is like, oh, hey, on my alt, I opened this time-walking cache. Is this good? Me. Is this trinket good, guys? I don't know. Why couldn't they have made the raid skip at Mechatork? They clearly weren't thinking about us. Lava, thank you for the 19-month resub. Appreciate it. Hope your weekend's going well. Got the Greedy Emissary mount. Nice! What is this invincible I just got? Is it a weapon? Hello? Yeah. Watch my dog watch me eat cheese. You're not- I can't give you any cheese, buddy. It upsets your tummy. No one needs to know about what happens after. Oh my god. I know it's like a normal thing for dogs to do, but it's just really funny. Oh, bud. I already gave you a carrot, buddy. Yeah, he's got good side-eye game. He's laid down right here by my chair. Survival skill 101. Beg. Why get food yourself when you can guilt people into giving it to you? Actual evolutionary skill. He's starving. It's gonna be my last vengeance attempt for the week. It took me 5 years, but I trained my dog to like the same food I like, and now she loves me more. My dog loves fish. So if I go fishing, and I catch a fish, and I bring it home, and I steam some of it for him, he loses his doggone mind. If you don't get it this try, will you come back next week with a vengeance? Last one for the week too. You're getting it now. I'm ready. I'm gonna lost this down phase. Nice. This character's 641. Does she have enchants? She does not. It's the room in the No Mount Club. Oh, there's always room in the No Mount Club. Starting to think buff is a placebo. I did like 30 Gmod runs. This is only 7 of these. I've done this 6 times. This is times 7. Same thing for the 9. So that's another like 14. What else have we tried? Oh, we did a bunch of Entorch runs too. It's definitely unlucky that I haven't seen anything by now. I'm not that unlucky on any individual given mount, but all combined, definitely a little unlucky. Are you looting them? Alright. Are you sure it's not in your bag already? Yeah, I am after time-consuming stuff. These are long runs for sure. Yeah, not bad gold farm. I want to find the video. I'm just kind of scrolling in my other monitor. From when Moose was a puppy, when I gave him peanut butter for the first time. Like when he was like a little puppy and he was still in his puppy prison. Remember when I brought home a dog and I put him in jail? Yeah, it's down in this era. I also had to feed him out of puzzle feeders to like slow him down until he eventually decided that the food wasn't going anywhere and he was going to take his time. You'll get to that point when you wonder if it's even dropping or if it's not in the mail for you. Yeah, exactly. Imagine doing the long ones without the drop rate buff. However bad they are now, they'd be worse unbuffed. And with half the gold from transmog. They're also toys. They're also good for just making your dog think.
Efforts are futile. Ouroboros
But,
is within.
one of the functions can be to slow down how fast your dog is eating if they're gonna, like, choke or make themselves sick.
Stop you. Jaina, we need a portal.
Yeah, we did a Sepulchre Mythic already. I tried all my 80s through that.
Jaina must
Nothing.
not take the
We did 7
entire
runs.
city.
Alright, I'm gonna pay enough attention to not fall off the chains. Knock on wood. And then when we get to the next phase, we have Lust. We can use Bestial Wrath in the meantime, but I won't pop anything else. Who would fall off the chains? Surprisingly not me yet. Kind of shocking. This one for sure. Big Fire, thank you very, very much. Take a look at it in just a sec here. 66-month resub, appreciate it. Spent 23 boss kills here this week to get the 2 missing mounts from the raid. 4 for Sylvanas, 19 for the 9. Had to run all 13 of my characters through both Mythic and Heroic. Oh, congrats on getting your mounts. Yeah, I might need more 80s. Should start time walking on my other hunters. It wouldn't be that hard to get them gear. I have so much gear in my warbank. 5.5 years. Yeah, it's a long time. I'm always extra in awe of my super, super long time subs because someone who's been here for 5 years has really stuck with me through some, like, not like super low times, but like, I'm not... I do varying levels of well. You've definitely had to listen to me complain for a while. Sometimes for sure, yeah. Oh, hi Mosi. Mosi, we're gonna look at some of your baby videos after this, or at least one of them. He was such a cute baby, but I think he's an even cuter adult. I love him even more now. When he was a baby, he was adorable, but I had just met him and he was ruining my life. Puppies are hard that way. I knew it was gonna be tough. And it was. And it was worth it, and I knew it was gonna be worth it too, but gosh, it's nicer to have him now. What are you doing? He's sniffing my lamp. But it's a lamp. Moose loves lamp. Alright, we got Lust ready to go here. Bring back the tea of the day from Legion. Hi, bud. Snack's all gone. I ate all the cheese. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. It was delicious. Okay, alright. Cooldown 1, 2, 3. How's the mount farm going? As well as it could possibly go without any mounts actually dropping. I'm having a nice time. We're feeling pretty good. We're doing some nice streams. You know, I have a cute dog. Pretty healthy overall. You know, life's good. No mounts, but can't have everything, right? Whoop-de-doo. It's okay, we're about to get him out. Sylvanas is gonna give me vengeance. She told me in secret. What did it do? We'll drum roll this time. This is our last attempt for the week on this one. I don't see it. I didn't even get a Rishilari that time. I usually do. I've had a bunch of them. Nothing. Congrats to the renown, thank you. Alright, well, we can still try for the 9. Took my now 8-year-old 3 months for me not to despise her when I got her from the shelter when she was 3. Yeah, it's tough to, like, it's when you're first adjusting to each other. It's like a lot of compromise has to be made. That one people are telling me comes out of the chest. That is what the word on the street indicates. Where do we complain to the universe's manager? I just started sitting up. If I slouch, it's right. I angled the camera down because I wanted to show moose begging. But it's still fine if I'm slouching. I guess I could pop it up again a little bit. Colorfully offbeat. Thank you for the 15-month resub. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope things are going well for you. For our jailer and Sylvanas 4 weeks and all 13 of my characters, and I don't have both mounts at the end. I'm gonna be upset. 13. I'm slacking with my 7. Oh yeah, I gotta find the peanut butter video. It's one of these. He was just a little guy. Only have 7 for the 9. If I really wanted to grind the 9, I could, I can do more chances at them because they can drop in more difficulties. So you could do LFR and normal and heroic as well for those. But I think I would rather try to get my, as much as it's going to suck, I think I would rather try to get my Ny'alotha kills, as many of them as I can get through today. Or, you know, if he just gives me his mount, then we can not worry about Ny'alotha anymore. All he's got to do is just drop the mount. Yeah, it's true. This one is a big fat recolor. The Vengeance mount at least is unique. So tired of running Dragon Soul. You, I think, have to kill the eye to get to the 9. Unless I'm misunderstanding the route. That's why I've been doing it. If there's another way that's not, like, longer running than it is to do this boss, then I would love to hear about it. I guess that does look like a road, doesn't it? Maybe I should try that next time. The only thing that feels better than seeing the mount is realization that you never have to come back if you don't want to. It's closed? Okay. Well, that's, I guess, good news that I haven't been doing this for nothing. It's nice doing this unarranged. Help deciding what mount to try for. Biggest bang for my buck. It's hard because, like, on one hand, bang for your buck could mean the longest, most sloggiest mount run. Because if it drops, that's the best one to not have to do anymore. But if it doesn't drop, you've used a lot of time, whereas maybe you could have done 3 or 5 runs of something faster and actually gotten a mount. I'm probably not helping. I don't think there's any wrong answers, though. The only wrong answers are just don't do Legion if you have other options that aren't Legion, because we might get Legion mounts easy in Remix coming up. Yeah, Yucky runs are best value unless you spend the entire event running the Yucky runs. You don't get them, and then you're like, well, what if I'd done the faster ones? I haven't started dungeons because I feel like they're going to be less Yucky, but maybe I'm wrong. Legion Remix is going to be coming out at some point. I think before midnight. Not like tonight, but like the expansion. And during Pandaria Remix, we were able to get raid drop mounts off the vendor for bronze. So it's reasonable to assume that'll happen again. But after this, it's gonna be Ny'alotha time. Woohoo. At least I don't think they're gonna need any, they're not gonna need any crazy skips or anything. They can just, it's in Oldham right now, so they can just go. Next week might be more of a problem. Be another reason to get it this week if possible. I feel like those runs are gonna take me like 40 minutes each, though. Full clearance of Mythic Ny'alotha. Ugh. Got all my Northrend mounts. Started doing Dragon Soul through my whole account at it. Still need 12V. Doing more world tours for the rest. Yeah, lots of gold. That's true. Lots of gold. Best luck on full clears. Skip runs never seem to drop anything. Some are saying it's the best raw gold farm. That's a nice consolation, at least. This would be a nice one to get. No, I'm on Mythic. I haven't done LFR for it. I know it can drop, but I don't have enough time to run all my alts through all the permutations of stuff like that, so I'm trying to focus on the ones that I can really only comfortably do on 80s. Like Vengeance. Overseer. Because, like, I didn't get through all my G... I could have kept running Gmod all week, but then I would have been leaving Sepulchre Clears on the table. But you're right, this mount can drop on all difficulties, so you can run this raid 4 times per character for more chances of this mount specifically. But I'm not going to need good 2, because it's just going to drop. 1 mount, please. Give it here. I'll take good care of it. I'll definitely ride it more than once. Minimum twice. Didn't believe me. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and hearth out of here. We'll watch a consolation puppy video from back when my dog was a baby. I didn't try Mythic Jaina on 70s. LFR is doable. LFR Jaina doable. So this is from August of 2 years ago when Moose was a puppy and he was 3 months old, and it was the first time that I gave him peanut butter. I put it on his little toy. It's just peanut butter. I think he's just really excited. Yeah, I know. But that's peanut butter. Yeah, you get it all over your bed. He did not trust it. It was like gluing his mouth together.
It. It's nice to eat.
His fur was so much darker back then. Like on his face. His face went totally tan when he grew up. Oh, Macy, thank you for the 33-month resub. Finally able to play WoW and watch my favorite streamer after graduating from my doctoral degree. Yay, Hazel. Congratulations, Macy. That's amazing. Oh, Kitty, you went up. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find, like, any. I had one other really good one. Like, I took videos and pictures of him when he was a baby, but I could have taken even more. What's this one? Just being cute. Not that one. Not that one. That's the peanut butter one. Yeah, that was back when he was still in puppy jail.
Puppy? You wanna come
Oh
sit
my
here?
gosh, his ears. Here. Crookins, thank you for the 8-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Doing quite well, thank you. This is shortly after he was busted out of puppy jail. I didn't have a cover for the couch yet, so I was using like old extra sheets to like try to protect it.
Puppy?
Look at his ears.
Can you sit here? Good job. Can you sit? Good. Down.
This was back when he had an unending desire to do everything I said.
I know you can do it better than
Look at his bad ears. 6 months in advance. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Such cute floppy ears. You're such a baby. Big muffin. I need to move on to my next farm. I'm just procrastinating because it's Ny'alotha. Oh yeah. It's just a little baby. He's such a sweetie. He still does this. He just wants to chew on my ear and lick my face. Baby. Okay. All right. Let's see here. He wants to eat Chin Yang. It's needle teeth era. So I'm pretty sure I did Mythic Ny'alotha on my priest just to like have a look at it. I'll double check. Just the squirrel emojis. How you doing, kitty cat? You did. I was here. All right. So I'll have to get on at least my paladin. Did my paladin do it? I'll look anyway since I just logged in. Alright, yeah, no. Ny'alotha is done in this character for sure. Nice kitty. Do you ever play Classic? Love from Romania. Hi. I played Hardcore Classic, and then I played it again when they like relaunched it. I enjoyed that very much, but just the leveling. I didn't do any dungeons or raids or anything. I made it at highest to level 40 on a Warlock in Hardcore Classic. Okay, yeah, Ny'alotha all serious. So we gotta go do Mythic Ny'alotha. Raid difficulty Mythic. Let's go. I'm gonna go Org to Oldham, and I'm just gonna have at it. I am currently spec'd Ret. Can't think of anything else to think about. I think your paladin didn't do it. Puddlebrine can't count. I'm pretty sure I only did in Ny'alotha once. I think I would have remembered doing it more than once. So I think any 80 that's not my priest needs to do it. Yeah, it's soloable. You don't need the cloak or anything. So Horde has their portals up here. This is it. This is the run. I'm gonna start a timer. I want to know how long it takes me to full clear. See if it's any better, because at least I've... Sidormi, help? I must have turned it the other way for fires. Campfires. 27 minutes? Yeah, I think that might almost be optimistic. It might be more. Oh, I see it right here, but for some reason it's not showing on my map. Major Tusk, thank you very much for the 11-month resub. Woo, finally got my Gmod today. Congratulations. Nice. Alright. Off and away. RP is included. Jaina mount brought for me last night. Yeah, I know that feel where you get him out to drop and you're like, oh, yeah. So we do Rathian first. I'm ret spec'd, I'm 663, I have tank trinkets. This is BFA though, so it's we're an expansion back now. It shouldn't be as bad. Yeah, look at that, he's melting. There we go. 1. And we can mount, so that's nice. We do need to do both sides. I don't have the skip done yet. Next week I'll have the skip done. May as well take off. Pretty sure you can mount at some point. Maybe it's later you can mount. You can mount after this area. Yeah, Rathian did have kind of a texture problem. I was noticing that. Malagos gave me the wrong Drake. Amber Sky, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll do Skatera. We run over to do Mott. For Mott, we have to do his trash. We remember this. Skips are account-wide once you've earned them. The only skip that you can earn on an account-wide basis is Blackrock Foundry. The rest of the skips have to be completed on one character. But then they then become account-wide. Yeah, Mott trash sucks. I was like Shadowward painting them. It is not helpful that most of my 80s are not characters that are that fast. I guess my hunters do fine, but my paladin, priest, and warlock are all kind of looking at me like, are you sure this is a good idea? But they'll do the best damage. I know that some mounts drop like directly into your bags and some mounts drop from the boss's loot. I don't know why we're so like concerned about it though. Like it's not hard to do both. Like what are you gonna not loot the boss because you've made it all that way and it's one extra step? Like I guess I get wanting to know when to get excited for or like when to get disappointed, but like the two things happen seconds apart. It doesn't really matter. Karazhan brings me good memories. Hazel was hunting midnight after 300 plus attempts. Yeah, I guess I should be glad I'm not back there. Saved instances is the best add-on I've used for raid lockouts. But for this event, I've just been, because I'm looking at Collector's Bounty anyways, I've just been using Collector's Bounty to check on a per character basis. It's not perfect, but it's easy and it's right here. Yeah, it is weird that they have different rules for like where the mount goes, if it's personal loot or on the boss. Useful to know Mechatorque, true. But worst case scenario, it'll get mailed to you. That loot doesn't get lost. I'll just have for everything. It's too big of a game to be consistent, I guess. Divine Steed's not that bad for a sprint. It comes back around sometimes, and you do get to go pretty fast for a little while. Mythic, it's like you have 95 and 96 items. You should get the Ny'alotha Allseer. You have no more Mog left in this instance. Happy to catch a stream. Big fan of your YouTube videos. Thank you very much, Embersire. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. We are doing mount runs. Trying to get my first mount out of this event. I am out of attempts on the Zareth Overseer, and I'm out of attempts on Vengeance. I also did 7 on the 9 and like 20-something attempts on Gmod. And then what did I do? Like 5 or 6 attempts on the Shackled Urzel. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to do all this trash. I can't just like walk away from it. Hope you get one soon. Mog running's also fun. Weekend's been great because of your videos. Managed to get a few mogs and mounts. Nice! Fun, fun. My problem is I'm only playing 4 hours a day. I thought that sounded like a lot, and I'm starting to realize it's not enough. Looted the Ragnaros mount for my mailbox 2 days before it expired. Doing mog runs, leaving everything in the mailbox. Oh my goodness. Bubble before looting for good fortune. Stream for 6. The trouble is that I also want to make YouTube videos, and there's only one of me. And even if I leave enough hours in the day, streaming for 4 or 5 hours, maybe other people can do it and then do the rest of their day, but I get sleepy, man. I get tired, it wipes me out. That's true, yeah, if we got really lucky, then 4 hours would have been plenty. Just need to start getting mounts to drop. Have you ever heard of mitosis? How freaked out would you be if I just started vibrating and then all of a sudden on stream I just went whoop and there were 2 of me? She said she wasn't going to have babies, and it was technically true. Oh dear. Flame Talon of Last Resort. Congratulations, Arasun. Feels like practically a patch or expansion launch for me. It's pretty good. I need to remember to go back the right path. Otherwise, I'm going to be running extra. Would you see the new mitosis Hazel as your daughter or your sister? I think she would be my enemy. Like, of all of the clone-based sci-fi that I've watched, they're never on your team. It always turns into a Highlander situation. Or like a Severance. The innie would be editing and the outie would be streaming, and they would be just horrifically jealous of each other. Getting rightfully sleepy, and I was ready to turn WoW off for the night. Once I was in bed, I was thinking about Renegade Instance. Stayed strong. Went to sleep. He's a baby. Oh. I have like all my puppy pictures up on my other monitor. Hang on. This one's important. Look, he fell asleep under the coffee table when he was a little baby. He was sleepy. Honk shoe. Okay. Carrying on. This is going on my timer. I have not seen Orphan Black. I've heard good things, though. No luck yet. No luck yet. Nowadays, if he wants to get under that coffee table, he has to army crawl. And he does, because I drop things because I'm messy when I eat, and I eat at the coffee table. But he has to, like, kind of army crawl underneath it. He's so cute, makes me want to go get another dog. I love him very much, but I feel like, at least for me, one dog is probably the answer. I feel like two of them would just get into so much trouble together. Just egg each other on, and one of them would finally settle down, the other one would be like, yo, what if we do a heist? What if we threw a party? Besides, I feel like having a cat is good for Moose. It levels him out. Can't believe I never ran Siege. Almost like running the Horrific Vision. Yeah, let's hope Moose doesn't learn mitosis. He's neutered. He's fixed, so he's never gonna have any puppies. But sometimes we like to joke about, oh man, what if there were more of him? I don't think the world could contain it all. One cat, one dog seems equal to 10 kids. Moose helps look after Kitty, though. It's so cute. If she's like coughing, he'll go check on her. 3 dogs, 9-month-old, 4-year-old, and a 17-year-old, and watching those 17 pup try to play with the other 2 makes me want to get a 4th. The older ones, yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of older dogs don't really vibe with like the puppy energy. I met a 15-year-old dog that was meeting Moose very patiently, and it was very sweet. Getting another dog when you have a 9-month-old puppy, though, that's brave. That's real brave. When I had a 9-month-old puppy, I was just trying to survive every day. I was just trying to make it to the next day. Getting a kitten in 2 weeks. Oh, jealous. Congratulations. So excited. Yeah. Oh, you'll be perfect. You'll do just great. Alright, I'm gonna do, let's do pit and then side. We'll do pit first. Why does Collector's Bounty have to coincide with me getting burned out? I think if you weren't burned out before, the bounty might burn you out. It's a lot of repetition. Yeah, this place sucks to navigate. It's not the worst one out there, but it's not great either. I was gonna say, what's the easiest raid in WoW to navigate? And then I thought, well, Trial of the Crusader is sitting right there. What if you didn't have to navigate it and it was just in one room? It's the worst one. I think Nighthold is pretty bad. Nighthold took me a while to figure out my way around. I'm sure people could make arguments for lots of different ones, though. Nex is pretty symmetrical. You've got, like, your wings, you go to the end, they port you back to the middle. I don't mind that so much. Argus. Like Antorus. Antorus is pretty gross. Antorus drives me nuts because of like the teleports and the skips not showing up very well on the map. I was getting lost in there. Okay, there's Shadar. And then we do Drestigath, and then we do Il'gynoth. You can skip a little bit of trash by like jumping down, but I'm just gonna run and do it in order here. So that I don't get too turned around and confused. How can you loot everything? My bags are pretty clear before. I have 32 slots on this character. But I emptied them pretty much. Pretty close. Got Hellfire and Blackrock down super well now. It is a little satisfying getting to that point where you're like, yeah, I know where I'm going. You go through here, through the loop, over the hedge. Oh, I hadn't heard that about the normal in Taurus skip. That is weird. And we head down to Il'gynoth. Reason you don't join a raid group? I don't know anybody there. It just doesn't feel, I don't know, it feels weird. Besides, this isn't bad for gold, I suppose. I also don't really know how to navigate the skip, and I wouldn't want to annoy anybody trying to figure it out. Misunderstanding things people would think that I would already know. I'd rather just clear it. Besides, we're going to find out how long it takes to do the full clear. I'm timing it. Skipping this raid's still kind of long, yeah. You don't need the cloak. The insanity mechanics don't really do anything. But we're just gonna get them out on this one, and then we won't have to worry about it. Kind of miss knowing it was a Tuesday because Hazel was doing a midnight run. Those were so traditional. Those were such a habit. Tuesday mat runs. That was back when I streamed 6 days a week. Maybe it was back when I streamed 2 days a week, actually. I used to do Tuesday, Friday. For like 90 minutes of stream. That was back when I put a lot more time into YouTube. Use the insane. What about the mad? Okay, so that's that. And now we needed to go do the side that has, what's his face? I am gonna have to fill out, clear out some room though, along the way. Double check and make sure that he is not using global. Okay. Howdy, howdy. Got the Black War Mammoth this morning. One more down. Nice. Congratulations. Alright, we're heading to do Vexiona and Zanish. When you stream in the evenings, the little notice told me it was time to leave the office to go home for Hazel time. Aww. Doing Vault of Archivon at the moment. Good luck, good luck. All the things is the add-on that you're looking for. Tells you everything that you can get in a zone. Looks like this window right here. That's the mini list. All the things. Been on 5 days for quite a while now. Would usually not finish all your midnight attempts. It was for sure after 2 days a week. Yeah, I guess that's true. I get my timelines mixed up. It's been a long time. I've been making content for 12 years. I started in 2013. I was a baby back then. Getting crinkly over here. Still no mounts. Navigate the HT menu to pop up thing. No, there's a feature called the mini list, which will be automatically for the zone that you're in. And you can keybind it. In your keybinds, there's an all the things section, and I have a keybind that just pulls up or hides my mini list. Oh, I'm done with this mount. I thought I was going to fight her next, but she's later. Your oldest video would go to high school now. Oh, no. Only reason I make it through heroic and mythic grades. Command is whatever you want it to be. You go into your keybinds, all the things. Stick any keybind you want. Mine is on Shift Y, short for why am I doing this to myself? But, and I have a separate keybind that I don't really remember for my main list, but you can make it whatever you like. Have to celebrate when it's old enough to drink. In BC, of course. 19. What about when it's old enough to stop drinking? Got a black war mammoth? Nice! Congratulations! Shift Y? Am I doing this to myself? Yeah, it's a capital Y. It's a pretty short list for me for this version of the instance. I just need the mount. Yeah, druids make great farmers. Hunters are also fine. Hunters I've been really liking for this because they can lust as well, which actually comes in really handy for like Shadowlands raids. Name's head dropped. Congrats, werewolf. No more Ulduar. And now we're going to go do Hive Mind and Raden. Because we're not allowed to go do Ny'alotha yet. Bubble before looting Ny'alotha. I'll try and remember. I might forget though. Probably have to do trash. When the way is closed, it's always trash. For classes as pros and cons. Priest is better than Warlock. Warlock has only cons. Priest, you at least have Holy Nova and Angelic Feather. You know? You have Levitate. Sometimes you can fling yourself off a cliff and get somewhere. It's happened. No luck today yet, no. That's true, you do have Burning Rush, but your AoE sucks. You don't really have a lot of instant cast spammable AoE, and by a lot, I mean any. You have no spammable instant cast AoE. What do you think awaits in the future for Millhouse and Maleficent Manastorm? They seem like they would get into cruises. They would just start taking like 3 cruises a year and nobody knows how they're paying for them. Yeah, Warrior does fine. Rogue's great, Monk's great, Mage great. Assume they're paying for them with crime. Nah, I'm doing fine. I don't want to bum anybody out. We're doing all right. Listen, we're gonna get the All-Seer. That'll be great. That'd be an awesome one to get. Big bloopy eyeball mount. Oh, can I just fight you? Yeah. Spotted the timer. Yeah, 24 minutes in. After this, I think I can go ahead to Carapace. That is the nice thing, is that when we do get the skip eventually, we'll really appreciate it having done some full clears. Unless we don't need to use the skip, because we're gonna be, we'll get them out. There's 9 mounts that I need from the event. I have a list of 9 things that I can farm that I've been working on. So I do have lots of mounts. It is true. I have lots of mounts, but I've been farming. I definitely could have gotten something to drop by now. I know some people with shorter lists than mine. There's something I need to do to get this door to open. Oh, no, there we go. You can use whatever hotkey you like for scrap. Mine's on Shift S. Just because for scrap, just so I can remember it. That's all the... You label the list the 9. Yeah, I'm still low of 9. I know, right? I don't know that the length of the list is why I haven't had drops, though. I think it's the length of the runs that I'm doing. I'm doing long clears. No, it's okay. We're not sad. We're happy. Because, like, even if you only had 1 mount to drop, it could, if you're spending all of your time running it, you're still unlucky if you don't see it dropping. Yeah, this next week I'll have a skip for this. That was just the ones you wanted. No, those are the only ones that are buffed by the event that I don't have. I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 mounts collected. I've been doing mount runs on stream for years and years. I know I'm getting Mog, but I'm not getting Mog anymore because I'm only running the ones that drop mounts, and I have all the Mog from those ones. I would love to be clearing out Mog from her normal and heroic, but I can't get an All-Seer that way, and I'm more focused on the mounts, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I don't need it for next week because it's going to drop today. You're absolutely right. I forgot. So silly of me. It's about to drop. Don't forget the Darkmoon Fair is this weekend. In the most, in the least rude way possible. Don't forget for what? What do we need that for? That's not gonna drop me a mount. That's not gonna help me get this. There is stuff from Darkmoon Fair, but like, oh man, nothing doing for this though. Sanctum Gloomcharger dropped right after I made that the 9 check. I probably missed a guy, didn't I? I did. I missed some lobbies. Rep up for your weeklies. Gob rep, yeah, I know. I'm like, it's hard for me to even want to go do gob rep because I could be doing this. 44 runs for the blue protodrake, going crazy. Hopefully soon. Did I miss any more? Oh, I might need to talk to him, actually. Might not. Hard to say. I always forget how to start this. Are you guys yammering? Nope. Those are both bad. bad choices. I think they're RPing. Let's go run up to him and see if that helps. Hey-ya! And then I've remembered how to do this next phase. Could be a little annoying, but we can do it. Maybe it'll be less annoying with freedom, actually. Okay, up the sides. Do the growths. I'm gonna use my whatchamacallit. I'll use my, is that all of them? Good. My freedom on the other side. With my next horsey charge. There you go. That does make it a little faster. This is usually really annoying. You can hit the sys to like make their AoE go away, but like just annoying to wade through. There we go. Got all that done. He's leaving. Hang on. Oh, it's this way. See you later, day. Have a wonderful beginning of your week. Drake at the North Wind? Grats! Alright, here we go. Hi, buddy. Chunk some more stuff while we wait for this Ny'alotha. And this one's fine. It's just kind of a lot of wandering around and waiting and going under and coming back. We've been in here for half an hour. I got like 2,000 gold just for vendoring all that stuff, though. Alright, we're ready to go. Yoshi, I'm with you on that one. I never liked that instance. It was too long, too much backtracking. Too many heartbreaking wipes because somebody didn't quite get their totem down. Let's go, jellyfish. Alright, and then we're gonna find Psychus, pull him over to us. We can kill a tentacle or two on top of him, but it's not that important. He's gonna come to us anyway. We just don't want to go too far from our body. So when he gets like about there, gives him 1 stack. Couple stacks, and now we can just kill him. back up. And then we want to use this opportunity. As much damage as we can. Last time I spent a bunch of time just noodling around trying to get back upstairs. Alright, he reshells and then we do it again. I'm just narrating for my own sake, so I don't forget what I'm doing. I don't think your insanity matters. I keep saying that you have gift and is off, but it doesn't mind control you. Or maybe it does and there's just no one for you to be mind controlled against. Oh. Where's the gate? Right behind me? Oh yeah, that's right. There's like a mythic phase as well. Gotta sit shell back. Nothing like messing up the hook on Stitch Flesh and thinking, yo, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Hey speaker. Hey Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, I gotta go through the gate. Azeroth needs my aid. Both GG mounts, one after the other. Nice. Yeah, I've heard of a bunch of people getting lucky like that. Some of the dungeon mounts seem to have like quite high drop rates. That's cool. Gotta remember to bubble. Here, I'm bubbling now. For good luck. Hello? Jimbo, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Oh, man. We got the It's Not a Cult achievement done. That's fun. Alright, well, it only takes 37 minutes to do that raid clear. I'm gonna bring another character through. I know somebody that can help though for our last run. Item level of characters. 640-ish. This one's a little higher, between 640 and 660. Next time for sure, 100%. Mm-hmm. Like it's something else. It's like the opposite of streamer client. Yeah. Testing the flappy diff. So I'm gonna bring my Warlock because she would suck the worst to full clear this on. I didn't really want to join like a skip group, but I feel differently because it's Flappy. Someone who can help have a name that rhymes with Nabby. I wouldn't want to be Blabby. Oh, nice. That's good to know. About the Cartel Master's Gear Glider. Okay, so I need to go to Oldham. Faster with his DPS or slower with him trolling? It'll be faster because he has the skip. So we don't have to do like a bunch of those bosses. Also, I'm not Alliance. Oopsies. Longtime follower, first time sub. I'm with you on the No Mount Drop Club. Thanks, Jimbo. I hope our luck changes. We can all still hang out even after we've left the club. I'm trying. Okay, Oldham. On my way. Haven't had any mount traps too. You have them all! I know you! You have them all! 4 of 1 drop in a dungeon does sting a bit. You don't count. Interesting weapon mock. It's a good one. Don't raid timer. I will call you.
5, 4.
I'm not there yet. Eating 24/7. Thank you for the 7-month resub. Happy Sunday. No mount yet for me, but got a warglaive. So that's neat. Nice. Congrats on your warglaive. I hope you start getting mounts. I hope we all start getting mounts. Only a few I can farm. No, I don't think we're doing Discord. So I think the skip is what you do: Rathian and then Carapace and then N'Zoth, but you still have to run really far. I would be fine with that. I hope they don't make you do like Mott and Skidra. That would suck. Yeah, because that's not bad. That's better than some of them. The Jailer one, you have to do all kinds of stuff. They make you do Raglon and Lords of Dread. I'm not full clearing this time. It should be pretty reasonable. I guess we can try it for comparison. I'm just gonna hurt from Burning Rush. It won't kill me, right? How funny would it be if it did? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It just puts you on like 1 health so nothing can hit you. Oh, it turns off. They don't let you just keep running at low health. Rude. My dreams. Detected. Oh, made it. Oh, it hurts. Not the vengeance flex. Also, I may as well. This is gonna be a problem. Flappy replicative. Listen, no one said he was nice. We just assumed that. He's getting every mount that you don't have. He's gotten a few during the event. I think he got like the ZG mounts in one run. He got... he might have had that one before actually, I forget. I'll have to ask him sometime what he's gotten so far. Hi, kitty. How you doing? I don't know why we can't filter items on the restoration page. I do agree that it sucks though. I think they've made it basically unusable because they don't want so many people using it. You know, saves a little bit of computer juice or something. I don't know. Server capacity, just make it awful to use so people don't even bother. I'll go left. I don't know if he has Ulcer or not. I think it might be personal loot though. Gonna start saying computer juice now, thanks. Yeah, you can mount up in a lot of this raid, so you can vendor that way. Oh yeah, there's a whole other phase before you go up the sides. I was like trying to get ready to run up there. There's nothing over there. Oopsies. Is the mind control problem with two people? I don't know. I hope not. That's Moose when he doesn't get his cheese. Lore on unit tooltip. Oh, I don't know. Maybe all the things? Because it's the same blue text? Might be all the things. Looked at Flabby Simple Emery. Less mounts than I would think. He does mount runs, but he was definitely more of a... He's not super a collector for collector's sake. He mainly wants things if they're prestigious or difficult to get. Thanks for your Vid and Collector's Bounty. Add-ons you mentioned are great. I'm glad they're working for you. Fluffy kept undercutting my Team Hog auctions! Yeah, that's him. He would. Flavie kept telling me that Scoots kept buying his Team Hog auctions. I think we'll still be over 10 minutes by the time we get to the end of Madison is Off. Or whatever they call it. But yeah, it is a lot faster, for sure. I think it's going to be a bit moot though, because I only have 20 minutes left of stream today. And that's with the extra time. That is much nicer with two people doing the sides. I will never forget this, Flappy. definitely get it this time. For sure. For sure. Look at it, look at that mount. Isn't that cool? It's got like a whole saddle up there with like a bedroll. Little blankie. There's like a little sack with what looks like a tiny octopus. Extra tentacles? Hard to say. It was flopping around. Like a teeny tiny anteater. I think I can just stay up. Although, we're both pretty slow. Do you have this map? I'm asking. Yeah, it's possible he could get it. He says, who's to say? It'd be no fun if we knew. Hi, kitty. How you doing? Nice thing about being on opposite sides of the room is that we can just kind of not have to run so far for all the tentacles. Oh, is paranoia a problem? I forgot about this. This'll kill you. This'll kill you if you're not stacked. I was just talking such a big game about how we could spread. Guess not. Forgot about that. He does not have this map. Oh. Want to see one last chance. Yeah, we're almost done. Another phase. There is another tentacle over there. I just don't want to go too far in case of paranoia. Does this game have a toxic community? I think it has a big community. And online, that means that once you reach a certain size, there will be a certain amount of your online community, especially the vocal part, that will behave toxically. I think it also has a great community, though. It's just a question of who you spend your time with and who you spend time, like, listening to. If all you ever do is you find the saltiest post in the forums and you scroll those 6 hours a day, you're not going to have a good time. But you could do that about anything. There will be unhappy people wherever you go, and there will be happy people almost wherever you go. You just gotta figure out who you want to hang out with. I'm gonna stay out here this time. I am paranoid about getting paranoia. I feel like the phrase toxic has also gotten real malleable in recent years. It will mean very different things depending on who you're talking to. So it's kind of lost a little bit of its usefulness. Door up yet? Hey, look, it's the Shara and Sylvanas. It's foreshadowing. Extra luck with zone drop epics. I don't think so. I think I've gotten the normal amount of them. Oh yeah, door over here. How do you think I feel having chosen this name back in TBC? Yeah. There we go. Drum roll. I don't think this is it. Womp womp. Next time. Yeah, the skip, it's still, it was a 15-minute clear even with the skip and 2 people. But yeah, about 20 minutes off. 23 minutes. I think this is an unlucky record. Next week I'll have the skip for myself, so I don't need to join any groups. I can just run it. Man! Alright, I got 15 minutes left to stream. I'm gonna find a dungeon to run. Maybe I'll get lucky that way. Yeah, maybe next week all of them are gonna drop. Because I can't clear that raid again in 20 minutes, or in 13 minutes. Take 37. Yeah, nice little dungeon. I can do, King's Rest. X3 Ny'alotha, no skip, dropped on the 3rd. Nice. Proved you can clear in 13 minutes. Yeah. South knows everyone's gonna go insane anyways with these memories. What mount did I get in my first ever run? Like the first mount I ever got? It's probably Bronze Drake, but it wasn't like a rare drop, it was a speedrun thing in Wrath of the Lich King. Did they say they were revisiting things after this week? About the bounty buffs? Because that would be funny if they had to boost the drop rate for me to get anything. Alright, I'm going to King's Rest, which means I can probably just fly there from Dazar'lor here. Oh, mount I ever got on my first try. Ooh, I don't know if it was my first try. The Mechagon one from the middle of Operation Mechagon dropped like really early for me when that instance was brand new. Like one of the first times I ever did it on Mythic 0. The one from mid dungeon. The Peacekeeper, yeah. That was probably the luckiest I ever got on just like having one just happen for me. I'm gonna see if I can find this revisit thing. Was it a blue post? Oh, bird out of juice. Article I was reading yesterday. Just like when they posted it again? Now live. Because that didn't say anything about revisiting things. King's Rest is this one, right? Yeah. I don't know. Mummified raptor skull. I still need Mog from here. I haven't farmed this since they made Mog more collectible. Oh no. I remember it used to be my job to MD those. I'm gonna get my fast pet back out. I don't need lust for this. I just need movement speed. Give me Undersea Usurper without having Team Aqua Team Murder Force yet. Did they maybe loosen up the requirements, or is it just acting kind of funky? Maybe they made it easier. Wowheads search for Collector's Bounty. Monitoring drop rates during the first week. Will update this post for their findings. What if they make them worse? What if they monitor them and go, you know what? Too many mounts. Turn down the tabs. I don't think they would do that. But it would be very funny and also not funny at all. Wow, I'd search for Collector's Bounty. 'Cause... Let me see. So, what that means... Here, I found the post that you're looking at. It's the Wowhead guide. Wowhead is saying that they're monitoring drop rates during the event and will update with their findings. That's not saying that Blizzard's going to buff the drop rates. It just means that Wowhead might have more accurate reporting on it week 2 plus. Like, they'll have more data to tell us. Yeah, it's not connected. Blizzard didn't say anything, as far as I can tell, about buffing the drop rates after the first week. That's just Wowhead saying that they might be able to update their article. Yeah, a little disappointing. Is it a good idea to play Havoc Demon Hunter? I think so. People like it a lot. Nice and fast, nice and fun. Does great damage. Oh man, that knocking got me. It's in my headset, it's directional, and I'm like, hello? Somebody need me? Moose just knocking on my door. Got the Ny'alotha mount, both Shadowlands dungeon mounts, and the mount from 9 and SOD today. So happy. How are your mount runs going? Congrats, Staffer Cake. That's amazing. That's so exciting. My mount runs are going fine. I haven't had any luck yet, but I'm still going. I'm just about done for my Wika streams. I'm doing one last dungeon run just to kind of round off the attempts. No luck yet, no. 10 out of 18? Nice! I am 0 out of 9. Doing one last little attempt for the day. Regret not battling lots of 80 ults. Yeah, if I, in hindsight, would have set up more 80s, put a little gear on them, and finished my skips. That's what I would have done if I had been thinking it through. Definitely get them out in this red. Yeah. That would be cool. Just to have one. Plus, this is a nice mount. Invisible Gmod Jaina? ZG? Some Drakes? Damn, 60 plus in strat, clawed my eyes out. Wish me luck about to loot Lich King. Good luck, Jimbo! I'm about to get my first mount at the end of this one. Not the fastest dungeon run ever, but compared to doing Ny'alotha, feels pretty nice. No luck? As always, next time. Maintaining a balanced diet of WoW activities, not binging on mount runs. Oh, I'm exclusively binging. I started this week with balance, and I've let go of all semblance of balance. Only mount runs. Blockade in bod doesn't spawn the teleporter. Oh, you gotta reset it if you can. I had to teleport out and back in, like, which took a long time. You have to kill those mobs really slowly. I kick the second one and I let them melee me before I hit them, because that can happen. I keep thinking that's the loot chest. It looks like it should be. This is the loot chest. Alright, drum roll! No. The Helm of the Raptor King pranked me. I thought that was it. It's not. It's Mummified Raptor Skull that we're looking for. Well... It kind of brings us to the end of my time slot. I can't believe I streamed the entire week and didn't get any mounts. Next week will be great because I'll be a week wiser. I will have all my Maw skips all sorted. I already have those done. I'll have the N'alotha skip. What else? It'll be good. Thank you for joining me. Join us again next week for a continuation of the waiting to find out what Hazel's first mount is going to be, if indeed she gets any at all. I stream Wednesdays through Sundays, so I'll be back not Monday, not Tuesday, but Wednesday, unless I really go crazy and I'm like, I gotta farm mounts, and then I'll turn it on, but I doubt it. Wednesdays through Sundays, 9 through 1 for July only. Appreciate the company. Check out my YouTube if you haven't in a bit. There's been some videos on there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.